Well, pleasant good afternoon, everybody, here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. I'm David Chapansky, and we have a great game for you today between the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the visiting Malvern Prep Friars. Doing the pitching for Holy Ghost to come into this game 9-6 will be the sophomore Matthew Goldenbaum. And pretty good game today. As I said, weather is pretty perfect except for the breeze blowing around, but it's sunny. We can't complain. The last couple games we've had some rain and some cold weather, and the forecast doesn't look to be that today. Malvern Prep, one of the best teams in the state, comes into this game 20-4. Lonnie White, their best player. We'll talk about him in a little bit. He's batting second. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Friars, and it goes like this. It's Smith, White, Conley, Kirk, Tiffer, Smith, Devereaux, who's doing the pitching. Oshel will be the DH. Tizararis and Maul to round it up for the Friars. So here's Smith. The senior will step in. He's the right fielder for the Friars today. Matthew Goldenbaum pitching from the stretch. Comes set. And his first pitch, slid it inside. It's a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Goldenbaum, the sophomore, has been doing a lot of relief appearances this year for the Firebirds. Going to get the start today. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. Gets 1-1. Smith has 2 plate appearances on the year. So far for Malvern, no hits. The 1-1 pitch. A little bit outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Firebirds have lost 3 straight. Trying to break up that losing streak today. Goldenbaum in the stretch with the blue glove. He comes set in his 2-1 pitch. Swung on and hit in the air out to center field. Left field. Wind blew that. And it goes foul. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, working with the electronic lineup cards. It's not my favorite forte to do, but that's what we're doing today on this Wednesday afternoon. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. To the leadoff hitter, Smith for Malvern. Goldenbaum doing the pitching for Holy Ghost. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter for the Friars, Mason Smith. Goldenbaum comes set in his 2-2 pitch. Just missed outside. It's now a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Smith has worked back. The senior facing the sophomore right-hander for the Firebirds. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Goldenbaum comes set in his payoff pitch. Missed outside, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Mason Smith. And that will bring up the big Penn State commit, Lonnie White. Lonnie hitting .342 on the season, already committed to play football or baseball at Penn State. He's the best player, big star on the Friars. Mason Smith with the lead off at first base. Goldenbaum gives him a look. And comes set. Lonnie, the tall right-handed batter. Outfielder today. Big lead for Smith. And the first pitch grazed Lonnie Smith. And he'll head down to first base. So the Friars are in business here in the top of the first with runners on first and second with nobody out. So bring up the 3-0 hitter for the Friars. It's Conley. And now they'll have a pitching conference at the mound for the Firebirds. So while Matthew Goldenbaum gets a quick chat by head coach Olinsky of the Firebirds, we'll also take a quick break here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Friars threatening early here in the top of the first, nobody out, and runners on first and second. Welcome back here. David Chapansky with you here on the first base side. Not a good start for the Firebirds as they let the first 2 runners reach base. Leadoff walk and then a hit by pitch to allow Lonnie White to reach first base. So runners on first and second as Matthew Goldenbaum have to work out of some trouble. Again, Conley, the shortstop, now batting for the Friars, who again come into this game 20-4. Now Goldenbaum steps off the rubber. Temperature-wise this afternoon, we're in the upper 60s. Wind blowing at about 15 miles per hour. Golden Bomb gives a look back to Mason Smith at second and now steps off. Golden Bomb, a little bit dazzled here. Frazzled, I should say, with runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the first. Just joining us between the Firebirds and Malvern Prep. Golden Bomb comes set, and his first pitch is a big swing and a miss to Conley. It's 0-1. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel to keep up with the athletic content, academic content. Today, also Holy Ghost Day here on the campus. And I celebrated that. Well, I've been posting to the Instagram story throughout the day and Facebook story, so go check that out. But also took an AP English exam today. Stepping off is Golden Bomb. And Liam Parsons was there to apply the tag, and now Mason Smith lays on the ground in discomfort. Looks like trainer Jeff is going to have to hurry out there. So Mason Smith appears to be hurt. Was a very close play there at second base. Thought he might have had a chance to tag him out. But with the injury timeout, we'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Stay tuned. Hopefully Mason Smith is okay. We'll be right back in this 0-0 game. Well, welcome back here. So Mason Smith, who injured himself sliding back to the second base bag after a pickoff attempt by Matthew Goldenbaum, and the tag was applied by the second baseman Liam Parsons. Smith is up, and it appears he will stay in the game. Holy Ghost trainer Jeff doing a great job out there, as he always does. 0-0 game. If you're just joining us here in the top of the first. Nobody out. It's a 0-1 count to the 3-0 hitter. It's the shortstop for the Friars, Conley. And no balls and one strike to count. 0-0. Matthew Goldenbaum, the sophomore, doing the pitching today for Holy Ghost. Goldenbaum comes set with runners on first and second. And his 0-1 pitch to the Friars shortstop is in the dirt. Good block behind the dish. Zach DeMario gets the start today for the Firebirds. I'll give Zach a happy birthday wish today. It is his birthday. I believe 17th. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Goldenbaum comes set, and his pitch is in the dirt. Going to third is Mason Smith, and also moving up is Lonnie White right behind him. So the Friars have runners on second and third with nobody out. 2 balls and a strike to count to the shortstop, the 3-0 hitter for the Friars. It's Conley. Firebirds come into this game with a record of 9-6. They've dropped 3 straight. Hoping to end that today. The Friars come into this with a record of 20-4. Goldenbaum comes set, and his pitch is swung on and hit in the air. It's going to drop in front of, I believe that's Will Kaylock out there today. Smith with good speed, or White with good speed, is around to score. And it's a 2 RBI single for Conley, who comes through and gives the Friars a 2-0 lead. Will Kaylock hesitated just a little bit, but I don't think with Lonnie White's speed he really had a great chance to get him anyway. So it's 2-0, Malvern Prep, and that'll bring up the clean-all hitter for Malvern, as it will be the first baseman, Kirk. I do have to apologize a little bit. I do not have the first names of Malvern, just simply because they are not, let's see if I could try to find them again, but they were not given to me on the lineup card today, as I just have the last names for the visiting Friars, except for the players that I've done some pre-research on. There's a ball. It's 1 ball, no strike to the cleanup hitter, Kirk. Runner on first is Conley. And now Golden Bomb steps off the rubber. Don't forget to like and subscribe here to the YouTube stream. Stepping off and throwing back to first to check on Conley is Golden Bomb. Not successful, though. One ball and no strikes to count. The cleanup hitter, Kirk, stopping and thinking about going there was Conley, but he came back. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Golden Bomb. The run on first and nobody out. Throws back to Reese Accord. Over at first, not in time. I was able to successfully find all the first names. Jimmy Kirk, the batter, for Malvern Prep. The cleanup hitter, the first baseman for the Friars. Golden Bomb comes set. Going from first is Conley. DeMario with the throw down to second is over the head of Liam Parsons. Jack McDermott there to back him up. So Matthew Goldenbaum trying to work around more trouble here. 2 balls and 1 strike. Scoreboard says 1-1. I believe it is 2-1 though. 2-0 lead for the Friars here in the top of the first. Runners on second. That's Conley. The batter is Jimmy Kirk. Coming set is Goldenbaum, and his pitch is in there for a strike. Good pitch by Goldenbaum, and the scoreboard has been corrected. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second is Cam Conley. Goldenbaum gives him a look, comes set, and his 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back to the cage. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. I believe the live chat is up and running, is it, Matt? It is. So if you have any comments, I know that some people were saying that it was disabled on their end, but it was activated on ours. I checked. I think it is activated. So if you do have some comments, feel free to talk in the chat. We'll try to answer them if there's any questions. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. Goldenbaum with a runner on second. Gives him a look as the Firebirds trail 2-0 early on here to Malvern. It's popped up, first base side. Reese Accord over to give it a look. It's hopefully over our tent, maybe into the cars. I just missed the visiting bus for Malvern. It's a good thing no cracked windshields from what I could hear. That parking lot, I would at least say there's about 2 or 3 that go down there every game. And it's real ooh and ah for the crowd here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Goldenbaum dealing with a runner on second as the Firebirds already trail Malvern here in the top of the first 2-0. Malvern comes into this game with a record of 20-4. As Goldenbaum with some heat behind that one just misses a little bit outside and low. It's now a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the cleanup hitter, Jimmy Kirk. Kirk, the senior first baseman for Malvern, the cleanup hitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Goldenbaum comes set, and his payoff pitch is a big swing and a miss. Took some off of that one, and Goldenbaum gets his first strikeout of the day. It's via the cleanup hitter for Malvern, Jimmy Kirk. 1 away here in the top of the first. We'll bring up the 5-hole hitter for the Friars. It's Trey Tiffin. Today, Tiffin, the third baseman for Malvern. Goldenbaum comes set, and the pitch is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Goldenbaum going to have to do some of that here to try to leave Conley over there at second base. Tiffin behind in the count, no balls and a strike. Goldenbaum from the stretch comes set, and his 0-1 pitch popped up third base side, and just going to give it a weak little look is Tyler McCord, and it goes foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes, no chance to get that one. 1 out here in the top of the first. Just joining us, Holy Ghost trailing Malvern Prep here 2-0 after a 2 RBI single by Cam Conley. He's over there at second base. The batter with 1 out is Trey Tiffin, and he's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. He swings and hits one off the third base side. Third base cage protecting the Firebirds dugout. It remains no balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow, Ascension. It is Ascension. Yes, it is Ascension Thursday Mass. Tune into the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel tomorrow morning. We're not quite sure if we're going to do the freshman and sophomore or the junior and senior mass, but there will be a mass here on the YouTube channel nonetheless. So tune into it. The pitch. Just missed. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So mass tomorrow. Friday we have lacrosse and baseball. We're not quite sure which stream we're going to do yet. We'll probably decide soon. And then Saturday, it's senior day here as the Firebirds baseball will take on St. Joe's Prep. Should be a fun one for that one on Saturday. Game starts at 12 o'clock. Again, Friday we're deciding on pitches in the dirt. Going for third is Cam Conley, and he'll be in there standing up. No throw by DeMario. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to the 5-hole hitter Trey Tiffin. 2-0 lead for the visiting Friars. Tiffin, who fell behind in the count early, 0-2, has worked it back to a 2-2 count. Goldenbaum comes set, and his pitch to Tiffin is in there for a called strike 3. Once again, gave him the off-speed. Second strikeout on the off-speed today for Matthew Goldenbaum. Second strikeout overall, back-to-back strikeouts, as Tiffin goes down looking for the second out here in the top of the first. And with that, I'll bring up the left fielder, who I just want to make sure is correct here with the lineup card. It is Jaden Smith. Goldenbaum comes set, trying to leave that runner at third with 2 outs. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Would be huge if the Firebirds can just limit Malvern here to 2 here in the top of the first. They've threatened with a runner on third. That's Cam Conley. Jaden Smith, the batter for the Friars. Goldenbaum comes set, and the 0-1 is inside. It's backed him off the plate. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, if you want to see more about Holy Ghost Day, we were able to raise a good amount of money for the school. I believe at one point I saw was like $29,000 with over 150 donors. The pitch is in there for a strike. Very good off-speed pitches today for Matthew Goldenbaum so far. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Also have the Instagram and Facebook stories you could check out here. I know that I posted a few videos. I know that our wonderful alumni director, Miss Gear, also posted a few videos, and the pitch is fouled off the end of the bat towards the first base side, the Friars dugout. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. So you could check that out for the stories on the Instagram and Facebook page. I posted a good amount of them, but I know that there's some more. I don't know if Miss Gear did get around to posting them just yet, but if you want to see more of the action throughout today, go check them out. It was an AP exam for me in the morning, but after that, there's some pretty good videos. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Goldenbaum, the sophomore, comes set. His pitch is popped up. Third base side, McCord over to give it a look. Kalak runs in from left field, and it will go down the left field line foul. One ball and 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. You're in the top of the first. The Friars of Malvern Prep lead this one so far 2-0. Matthew Goldenbaum trying to stop the bleeding and cut it to that. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swung on and hit in the air out to center field. This one should split the gap. Robbins is back, and it will be over his head. 1 run is in to score as Conley will score from third. Pulling into second with a double is Jaden Smith, and it's 3-0 Malvern Prep. Good piece of hitting there. You knew it had a chance. Well, you knew it was probably going to get over the head of Robbins, and even had a chance to go, but the fence hit it to one of the deepest parts of the yard in right center field, and it stays in as Robbins is able to keep it at a double for Jaden Smith. So 3-0 Malvern Prep, and that will bring up the 7-hole hitter for the Friars. It was the DH for Devereaux. It's Charlie O'Shell. Right-handed batter steps in. 3-0 lead, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Ball in the dirt, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Goldenbaum did good to get back-to-back strikeouts, but just going to keep Cam Conley, who had that big 2 RBI single earlier in the inning, to stop him from scoring. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Now it's to battle O'Shell. He swings and taps one that hit off his foot and then went down the cage of the Firebirds dugout. It's a ball and a strike. Sun begins to come out. We'll take that. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Not only are there Instagram and Facebook videos from Holy Ghost Day, there's also a bunch of other videos that you can keep up with content and know that there's forensics videos that you can look back on. There was Lunch with Legends as that ball's popped up. Shortstop now. Jack McDermott will call for it, and he'll make the catch to put it away. So the Firebirds keep the damage to 3 runs. Friars lead this one 3-0. Firebirds coming up here in the bottom of the first. See if they can respond. Shane Devereaux coming out to do the pitching for the Friars when we come back. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. David Chapansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds, as we get set for the bottom of the first. Malvern Prep Friars taking on the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds. Firebirds trail this one heading into the bottom of the first, 3-0. A big 2 RBI single by Conley, and then Jaden Smith doubled in Conley with a deep shot to right center field. That's how he got to the 3-0 lead for the visiting Malvern Prep Friars. Shane Devereaux, the pitcher for Malvern Prep, an ERA just over 2.15 on the season. Let's take a look at the Firebirds lineup, brought to you by Mr. Heston. He should be here in a little bit to give me the phrase of the day. We'll talk with him in just a little bit. Here's the lineup for the Firebirds. Will Kalak will lead it off. The left fielder, Tyler McCord, will bat second. He's a third baseman. Jack McDermott, the senior star, he's the shortstop. He'll bat third. Aiden Robbins, the center fielder, will bat cleanup for Coach Olinsky's Firebirds, followed by Reese Accord at first base. Matthew Goldenbaum doing the pitching, followed by Liam Parsons, Zach DeMario, and Isaac Acosta. First pitch, well, the scoreboard is not going, but I think that was a ball. It's 1-0. Devereaux, the pitcher once again for the Friars, facing Will Kalak, the pitch. Missed low. And I believe it's 2 balls and no strikes, but I'm not sure on that. Devereaux comes set, and his pitch is in there for a strike. Kalak splits time with the JV team and the varsity team. Devereaux comes set, and his pitch is swung on, tapped in front of the plate, and in fact hit off the plate, so will be foul. Wind really picking up. It was 15 miles per hour at the start of game time, but looks like that may have went up just a little bit. Devereaux comes set, and his pitch to the leadoff hitter for the Firebirds, Kalak. Did he go? They will say yes, he did. And running down to first is Kalak, but it was in time to retire him, so there's one away here in the bottom of the first. Devereaux records his first strikeout of the day. Score the putout 1-3. And that will bring up Tyler McCord, third baseman for the Firebirds, who will step in so far with a batting average of .479 on the season, with a home run and 9 RBIs. First pitch is swung on and hit in the air out to center field. Lonnie White, who came in, then shaded back, and he'll make the catch to put it away. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. 2 quick outs for Shane Devereaux. Bring up the shortstop, Jack McDermott. McDermott, big senior star. He's hitting .510 on the season with 2 home runs and 21 RBIs. Jack also with a great glove at short. He's already committed to Amherst. Devereaux in the windup. Comes set, and the first pitch to McDermott is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Defensively for the Friars, it's Tiffin, Conley, Mal, and Kirk across the infield. Left to right, Devereaux doing the pitching to Sierras behind the dish for the Friars. And it's Davis, Lonnie White, and Jaden Smith left to right in the outfield. And now all of a sudden the scoreboard is just not on. So some scoreboard troubles. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, 1 ball and a strike. Devereaux comes set, and his 1-1 pitch is swung on and on the ground over to second base. Up with it after bobbling it is Maul. The throw down to first is safe as Jack McDermott beats the throw to first base. Mal bobbled it just a little bit, and with Jack's speed, that really helped the Firebirds out there. Looks like a little bit of a collision there between Jack McDermott and Kirk, who's the first baseman. Kind of hit feet there. So runner at first for the Firebirds with 2 outs as they'll try to cut the deficit here as they trail 3-0. Batter is Aiden Robbins, the center fielder, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled back off the catcher to Ciaris. No balls in the strike. And Devereaux coming into this game with an ERA just above 2. Friars overall as a team coming into this game with a record of 20-4. The pitch. A little bit low. It's 1 ball and a strike. Firebirds trying to snap their 3-game losing streak. Coming to this record coming to this game with a record of 9-6. Had some trouble on the road trip. Devereaux will check back and throw to Kirk, but not in time to get Jack McDermott, who's back in there sliding. Devereaux throws back again, and McDermott leading just a little bit, but he's back safely in time. Phillies tonight in Washington, game 2 of that series. McDermott with the lead, and the pitch swung on and tapped foul off the cage. So Phillies in Washington winning game 1 last night. I believe the final score was 6-2. Bryce Harper with a home run in his return to DC. Game 2 tonight. I believe Zach Wheeler gets a start for the Phils. Phillies just a game behind the Mets, who I believe have won 6 straight. Runner at first is Jack McDermott. Batter of the dish for the Firebirds is Aiden Robbins. Devereaux comes set, and his pitch misses low. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Firebirds had 2 quick outs here with Kolak and then the line out to Lonnie White by Tyler McCord. But good at bats by McDermott and now Robbins. Robbins hits one on the ground over to the third baseman Tiffy, and he's up with it. And he'll throw it in time to first to get Aiden Robbins hustling down the line. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left. We head to the top of the second. Firebirds trailing Malvern Prep by a score of 3-0. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. As we get started for the top of the second, Firebirds trail the visiting Malvern Prep Friars by a score of 3-0. Back out to the mound, Matt Goldenbaum. He will face the bottom of Malvern's lineup. As he'll face 8, 9, and 1. It's the catcher, Tessiaris, and he swings at the first pitch and hits one on the ground over to short. McDermott is up with it. His throw to first is in time. So the catcher for Malvern goes down on the first pitch. One away. We'll take those. Matthew Goldenbaum will take it. One away. Bring up the 9-hole hitter, and that's Mal. Owen Mal, the infielder. Today, Mal is the second baseman. He made an error back in the bottom of the first. Goldenbaum comes set, and the pitch is in the dirt. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Maybe Mal will redeem himself a little bit here. Firebirds did not come around to score, though, in that bottom of the first. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Goldenbaum comes set, and the pitch is in the dirt. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Goldenbaum's pitch is again in the dirt. It's now 3-0. Never really got a chance to talk about the Firebirds' defensive in terms of their alignment. It's Kalak, Robbins, and Acosta left to right. In the outfield and the infield left to right, it's McCord, McDermott, Parsons, and Reese Accord. Matthew Goldenbaum doing the pitching. Zach DeMario, the birthday boy, behind the dish for the Firebirds. There's a strike, 3-0. It's now 3-1. Zach again turning 17 today. Happy birthday to Zach. Behind the dish for the Firebirds. The 3-1 pitch is in the dirt. Ball 4, walked him. So Mal, the 9-hole hitter for the Friars, will take a walk. We'll turn it back over to the top of the lineup for the right fielder, Mason Smith. Smith was injured in this first inning and sliding back to second base. He did stay in, however, I'm not quite sure that that is him batting at the moment right now. I can tell you that that is not him batting at the moment. Right now it is number 21, who is Ryan Davis. So Ryan Davis will come in for Mason Smith, who is out of this game. There's a ball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Smith did stay in the game after laying on the ground for a few minutes. He was attended to by the in-house trainer here at HolyGhostPrep, Jeff, but then he's not in the game anymore. So Davis comes in here, throwing back his Goldenbaum, not in time to get Mal, who slides back in. 1 ball, no strikes to count with 1 out here in the top of the second. Firebirds taking on Malvern Prep. Goldenbaum once again steps off to check on Mal. He's back in safely. So Davis will come in and play right field for the Friars. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Going from first is Mal. The throw by DeMario is not in time. So Mal steals second base. Two balls and no strikes to count to Ryan Davis, who comes in for Mason Smith at the leadoff spot. He swings through an off-speed pitch. It's 2 balls and a strike. Really have to appreciate the off-speed stuff from Matt Goldenbaum. His fastball has not looked fantastic control-wise, and it's been hit around a little bit, but his off-speed stuff has been excellent today. The 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, it's 3 balls and a strike. Dangerous Lonnie White is on deck for the Friars. There is bullpen action for Holy Ghost. It appears that it is a right-hander. Never mind, it is a left-hander. It may be Nick Henn in the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air out to center field. It's shortstop as McDermott calls it in. With the 10, it's sometimes tricky to see where the ball is going. Looked like it was heading to center, but Jack McDermott will make it in, well, a few steps shy of the grass in center. There's 2 outs. I'll bring up Lonnie White, center fielder, already a commit to Penn State. Goldenbaum comes set, checks back the runner at second. That's Mal in the pitch. He's outside. It's 1 ball and a strike. Lonnie White hitting .349 coming into this game. He was hit by a pitch back in his first at-bat in the top of the first, so that stays at 349. Still looking for an official at-bat today against Matt Goldenbaum, starter for the Firebirds. The 1-ball, no-strike pitch. Goldenbaum steps off, throws behind the runner at second. Parsons applies the tag to Mal, but not in time. It's nice that the sun has come out and kind of died down that wind a little bit. Matthew Goldenbaum with the blue glove, comes set. And the 1-ball, no-strike pitch to Lonnie White. Hit him again. Second time the White has been hit by a pitch, so Goldenbaum with an off-speed pitch misses inside. And up a runner's on first and second with 2 outs. As that will bring up the 3-hole hitter, it's Conley. Conley had the big 2 RBI single to left field in his first at-bat that fell just in front of Will Kalak, the left fielder for the Firebirds. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Goldenbaum trying to work around some trouble. He steps off, throws behind Mal at second. Parsons again, late applying the tag. Liam playing heads-up, though, baseball, trying to detect when Goldenbaum might step off. Runner at second is the 9-hole hitter Mal. Runner at first is Lonnie White with 2 outs and the pitch. He is a little bit low. It's now 1 ball and no strikes. Friars lead 3-0 after they scored all 3 runs in the top of the first inning. We're in the top of the second now, moving at a wonderful pace. Maybe a little sarcastic. 1 ball, no strike pitch. Goldenbaum comes set. And it's a little bit outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So now Goldenbaum has lost command of the strike zone after missed the first pitch to White and then hit him in the back by a pitch, and then has missed the first 2 here to Conley. Cam Conley, the batter, the shortstop. Coming set is Goldenbaum, and his 2-0 is again misses outside. The ball kind of got behind DeMario, but not advancing to third is Mal. He was thinking about it, went halfway, and then decided to go back as Zach did a good job to kind of pick up that one. 3 balls and no strikes, though. Don't want to make the bases loaded for the cleanup hitter Kirk, who's on deck. 3 balls, no strikes. Goldenbaum needs to throw one here in the pitch. Just ball 4 walked him. So didn't want to throw anything dangerous to Conley, who already has a hit against him, and that will bring up the cleanup hitter Jimmy Kirk, the first baseman for the Friars. And we'll have another conference on the mound. We'll see if the Coach Olinsky and the Firebirds are ready to make a change. I believe it is Nick Henn who is warming up for the Firebirds. We'll see, though, if he comes in here. I'm pretty sure it is Nick who is the next one to come in if we'll do so. And yeah, so Matthew Goldenbaum is going to head out of this game. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for the Firebirds when we come back. It's a bullpen change. It's a pitcher change. When we come back, it will be Tyler McCord. We'll tell you about him and the Firebirds as they're going to try to shut down the Friars here in the top of the second. Firebirds trail 3-0. We'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel on this Holy Ghost Day, Wednesday, May 12th of 2021. I believe you still can donate if you would like to. School raising money here on this Wednesday for a great cause to support us here at Holy Ghost Prep. I believe you can go to the website. I believe you can still donate, but once again, not absolutely sure. If you want to find more out about the day or what we did throughout the festivities today, you can go to the YouTube channel, which you're on already right now, but you can click on the little icon either after the game or now. We would like you to stay with us, though, here. Check out the other videos. There's forensics videos and different pieces with former teachers and coaches, including our basketball coach here at the school who recently reached 900 wins in the winter. Coach Tony Chapman, you can see an interview with him there and a bunch of other different fun videos and things that you can spend a good hour or so checking out here on the YouTube channel, or you can go to the Facebook or Instagram page for photos. The entire school had our first morning meeting since the beginning of COVID today in the courtyard outside You can check out some photos from that. You can check out some Instagram and Facebook stories also that I uploaded throughout the day for some inside the scoop kind of content. First pitch misses. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler McCord in to do the pitching for the Firebirds, right-handed pitcher. Comes in relief for Matthew Goldenbaum. And the pitch to Kirk is inside. It's 2-0. Jimmy Kirk, again the batter. For the Friars, the bases are loaded. With 2 outs here in the top of the second, Firebirds trying to not allow Malvern to score here in this inning. That would be pretty big. Friars coming in this game with a record of 20-4. 2 balls and no strikes the count. McCord going to have to work, and the pitch. Misses. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put him. McCord going to have to throw one here. Bases are full of Friars. Runner at third is Mal. Runner at second is Lonnie White. And the runner at first is Cam Conley. McCord comes set and is 3-0. A big swing and a miss by Kirk. It's 3 balls and a strike. Kirk went down swinging in his first at bat. That was against Goldenbaum, who just exited after walking the bases loaded. 3 balls and 1 strike. McCord, the junior, comes set. And his 3-1 offering is fouled back off the metal cage. It remains 3 balls and 2 strikes, or becomes 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a bunch of Holy Ghost Day content. Tomorrow, Ascension Thursday Mass in the morning. You can watch that right here with Father Dan or Father Chris here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Should be somewhere within the time frame about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Andrew will be there to work the camera. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the second. McCord comes set from the stretch, and his payoff pitch is swung on and fouled back. It remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good battle brewing here between McCord and Kirk. McCord fell behind the cleanup hitter Kirk 3-0, but he's worked his way back. Good crowd on tap here for this Wednesday afternoon matinee, if you will, between 2 prep schools. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded, full of Friars. Then the payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss. McCord took a little off that and got Kirk to swing for his 2nd strikeout of the day. Firebirds do a good job to keep the Friars with the bases loaded. No runs. We head to the bottom of the second. Firebirds trail the Friars 3-0. Welcome back here. We're moving at a, once again, fantastic pace, but that's okay. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Firebirds trail the visiting Malvern Prep Friars by a score of 3-0. And my producer, Matt, here has a question for everybody at home. He wants to know if Great Valley is in Malvern. Is that the question? Okay, he does know the answer, but he wants to see if anybody in the live chat can provide him with the answer, I guess. Devereaux back to work for the Friars, and Accord swings at the first pitch and hits one in the air to right center field. Chasing it is Smith. He's back. It's over his head. Reese Accord hustling for second. The throw in by Smith is not in time as it skips past the cutoff man, and Reese Accord gets the Firebirds in business with a leadoff double. Reese smoked that one. Jaden Smith, who had the RBI double for the Friars, to right center field. Reese Accord kind of shows him a little bit. Hey, I can hit one there too. Hitter now for the Firebirds, I believe going to stay in the game here, is Goldenbaum. We'll see, though, If it is Matthew Goldenbaum. Again, Friars, one of the best teams in the state. Goldenbaum swings and hits one in the air down the right field line. Smith dives and makes a fantastic catch. Good sliding play there, slicing towards the line for Jaden Smith. There's one out here in the bottom of the second. Again, the Friars, one of the best teams in the state. They come into this game with a record of 20-4. Their star player, Lonnie Smith and Lonnie White in center field. Already committed to Penn State. He has 2 at-bats today. He's been hit by a pitch in both. Both of them, though, I believe have been off-speed pitches, so nothing intentional. First pitch is upstairs. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at second is Reese Accordi. Led off the inning with a double. Liam Parsons, the batter for the Firebirds. Firebirds have another person warming up in the pen. That may just be Tyler McCord getting some more tosses in. And the pitch is swung on and hit in the air. Out to left field. Davis says he's got it, and he does. He'll put it away for the second out here in the bottom of the second. So the Holy Ghost has had some good swings here in this inning, but so far no runs to show for it. They still do have a runner in scoring position, though, against Shane Devereaux. I'll bring up the birthday boy, Zach DeMario, the catcher for the Firebirds. Zach turning 17 today. Again, once again, happy birthday to Zach. His first at bat of the afternoon. Now timeout is called behind the dish. Firebirds coming into this game with a record of 9-6, trying to snap their 3-game losing streak. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner to DeMario. It's no balls and a strike. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Firebirds trying to not let that leadoff double go to waste by Reese Accord. Shane Devereaux, the pitcher in the dark blue, the away jerseys for Malvern Prep. And the pitch is upstairs. It's 1 ball and a strike. One ball and 1 strike to count. Stepping off and throwing back to second is Mal. Throwing back to second was Devereaux. Applying the tag was Mal, but it was late, not in time to get Reese Accord. It's 1 ball and a strike. Here on what has turned out to be a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. The wind has died down. The sun has come out. 1-1. Upstairs and in. It's 2 balls and a strike. Went to the off speed there. Did Devereaux. Firebirds trail 3-0. Devereaux comes set from the stretch, and his pitch is a swing and a miss by DeMario. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still waiting for Mr. Heston to give the phrase of the day. He's not here, though, yet. I'll have to talk to him tomorrow if he's not showing up. The 2-2 pitch is on the outside corner, called strike 3. So DeMario goes down looking. The Firebirds leave that leadoff double stranded. We've played a full 2 innings. We head to the top of the third. It's 3-0 Malvern Prep. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. David Shapansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds on this Holy Ghost Day. It's been an amazing day so far. Firebirds wrapping up with a Wednesday afternoon matinee, taking on the Malvern Prep Friars. Firebirds trail this one 3-0. New pitcher, so the Firebirds are already on their 3rd pitcher. Matthew Goldenbaum went 1 2/3. Tyler McCord got the last out in the 2nd, and now Nick Ken, the left-handed pitcher, the southpaw, going to come in and do the pitching here in the top of the 3rd against Malvern Prep. Nick, who struggled in the beginning of the year, has now really settled down. Got that ERA down and doing much better with the control for Nick, which was his problem in the beginning of the year. So, Matt, did anybody ever answer your question? No, nobody answered the question. All right. Batter is Trey Tiffin, who will come up and face Nick Henn first. Tiffin, the third baseman again. So Matt, my producer, wants to know, is Great Valley in Malvern? He knows the answer, but it's, it's not a rhetorical question. But it kind of is in a sense that you know the answer, and you just want people to think, but you do want the answer yes or no. So it's a rhetorical, but also not a rhetorical. Nick Henn to do the pitching for the Firebirds. Again, you can comment. I believe it's activated. The chat, I'm like 99% sure. 3-0 here, Firebirds trail Malvern. Nick Henn comes set, and his first pitch is in there for a strike. To Trey Tiffin. I believe, Tyler McCord does go back to third base. 1-0, big swing and a miss off-speed pitch. It's 1 ball and a strike. Sorry, it's 2 balls and no strikes, according to the scoreboard. Nick Henn comes set, the southpaw, and his pitch to Tiffin. Swung on and tapped in front of the plate. DeMario, the birthday boy, is out to field it. Couldn't get a firm grip on it, though, as it was kind of hiding in the grass. And Tiffin is aboard. So a leadoff, I guess, single for Tiffin. And that will now bring up the left fielder, Jaden Smith. But I can have a correction here defensively. Jaden Smith did move to right field for Mason Smith, who was out of the game after being injured. So I believe now Davis is the left fielder for the Friars. 1 ball, no strikes to count here to Jaden Smith with a runner on first. That's Tiffian. Nick Henn on the mound for the Firebirds as they trail 3-0. The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Nick Henn comes set, and he'll step off, throw back to first. Tiffin was easily back in there. 2 balls and no strikes to count. The southpaw, Nick Henn on the mound for the Firebirds, and the 2-0 pitch is outside. It's 3-0. The Friars, who come into this game with a record of 20-4. Scored all 3 of their runs in the first. There's a strike. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-0 is hit on the ground. Back to Nick Henn. He'll field his position, but the only play he has is a throw to first, and he'll do so in time. So 1 away, that does kind of work as a sacrifice, as moving up to second is Tiffin. And that will now bring up the DH for the Friars, as it's going to be O'Shell. O'Shell, the right-handed batter, tall right-handed batter for the Friars with a runner on second. That runner on second is Tiffin. 1 out here in the top of the third. Henn comes set, and the pitch is upstairs. Firebirds trying to get their 10th win on the season. Gonna have to come back though, but they've done that plenty of times this year, especially in the 4th and 5th inning. The pitch from Henn, swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. Kalak is chasing it, and it will go foul. 1 ball and a strike. 3-0 lead for the Friars here in the top of the third. Nick Henn, the southpaw for the Firebirds, comes set with a runner on second. That's Tiffin. His pitch is a big swing and a miss. Big curveball off-speed pitch there. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. All 3 pitchers for the Firebirds, Goldenbaum, McCord, and Henn, have all had very good off-speed pitches working in this one against Malvern, and they'll need it. Malvern hits the fastball very well. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Nick Henn comes set, and his pitch to O'Shell is swing and a miss. Put that one by him. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Firebirds again going to try to work out of some trouble, especially with runners in scoring position, like they did back in the second and even in the first, even though 3 runs did cross the plate. Batter up now is Tisieris. It's the catcher for Malvern. Going for third, and the throw by DeMario as Tiffin is in there safely. So Tiffin steals third. It snowballs and a strike to Tisieris, who is the catcher for Malvern Prep. No balls and 1 strike. Nick comes set, and his pitch is way upstairs behind DeMario. It's 1 ball and a strike. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, to the stream. Always do appreciate it. Just got past 610 subscribers, I believe. Nick Henn comes set, and his pitch is upstairs. It's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike. The southpaw Henn trying to work out of some trouble here in the third. Runner on third, and the pitch is in the dirt. It's 3 balls and a strike to Tisieris. Mal is on deck for Malvern Prep. 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner at third is Tiffin, and the pitch is outside, walked him. Tisieris is on base for the 2nd time today, so he'll head down to first. So now there's runners on the corners here with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Looks like they'll have a courtesy runner as Tisieris is the catcher. As number 31, that is Eris, is into pinch run for Malvern Prep. So here's Mal, who bats in the 9-hole spot for the Friars. Nick Henn trying to work out of trouble with runners on the corners. 3-0 lead for Malvern Prep, and the pitch is upstairs. It's 1-0. Nick having some command issues right now. We'll see if he can figure that out. Friars come into this game with a record of 20-4, one of the best teams in the state. They've had a lot of runners, a lot of chances. Have scored 3 runs so far, all 3 charged to Matthew Goldenbaum, who started this game, went 1 2/3 for the Firebirds. Tyler McCord got the last out of the second, and now Nick Henn so far through 2/3 here in the third. Eris drawing a lot of attention over there at first, and the pitch is in the dirt. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Runners on the corners for Malvern. Nick Henn comes set, but then steps off, so we'll have to wait for his pitch. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. And stealing is Eris. And no throw, as it also got behind DeMario, but I don't think they would have thrown it there anyway, as maybe Tiffin might have run home there. 3 balls and 3 balls and no strikes. Don't want to walk that runner to first to make the bases loaded. Back for the top of the lineup in Ryan Davis. The 3-0 pitch. Swung on and hit on the ground. That's through the hole on the left side, but McDermott is able to knock it down. Didn't get all the way through. So we'll stop the damage from getting too far, but scoring from third will be the Friars, and they'll take a 4-0 lead. As Tiffin comes in to score, so Eris heads over to third, and it's an RBI single for Mal, who's also been on base 2 times today. Back to the top of the lineup for Ryan Davis. Davis came in to pinch hit, well, really just overall take over for Mason Smith, who was injured back in the first. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Runners on the corners. First pitch misses upstairs. It's 1-0 to Ryan Davis. Four 4-0 lead for Malvern Prep here in the third. Nick Henn comes set, and his pitch is swung on and fouled back behind the cage. It's 1 ball and a strike. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel here on this Holy Ghost Day here on campus. Check out all the Instagram and Facebook stories that I uploaded earlier. And also check out all the cool videos from today's action. All right, we are at 619 subs. Thank you. Can we get to 620? That's the next goal. No. Thank you, everyone who's viewing this game, watching this game. We appreciate it. Tell your friends and family. And falling down from first base, but the runner is coming home. Nick has something for me as he hits me in the leg. It goes out of play. And scoring will be one runner as it's 5-0. Me and Nick are going to have a chat about that one tomorrow in Spanish class, I'll tell you. I'll show him my bruise. Heard that one a little wide. He's not going to be happy because he let in the run, but I'm not going to be happy either. The AP English exam was not enough for the pain today. 2 outs, 5-0 lead for Malvern Prep. And comes set, and the pitch. Swung on and popped up, third base side. McCord over to give it a look. It goes foul over the Holy Ghost Prep dugout. One ball and 2 strikes to count. 2 outs. Here in the top of the third. Hen comes set. 5-0 lead for Malvern. Swings and hits one in the air out to center field. It's a line drive. Robbins is under it, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. Friars, though, do score 2. I also have a bruise. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 5-0 Malvern Prep. Welcome back here, David Shapansky with your voice of the Firebirds as we begin the bottom of the 3rd. 5-0 lead for the Malvern Prep Friars. So they scored 3 runs in the 1st off of some singles. They scored 2 runs in the 3rd off of an error by Nick Henn, which not only did it hit the fence or clear the fence where the fencing did not extend, not only did it make it past our entire setup and the tent, but it somehow was able to also make it past the microphone stand and hit me in the leg. That was interesting. Devereaux back to work for Malvern Prep. And the pitch from Devereaux is in the dirt. It's 1-0. Firebirds going to need to mount a comeback here as Isaac Acosta, the sophomore, is up to bat for Holy Ghost. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The pitch is in the dirt. It's 2-0. Friars come into this game with a record of 20-4. Firebirds come into this game with a record of 9-6. The pitch. Upstairs, it's 3-0 to Isaac Acosta. Good start here so far to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 5-0 lead for Malvern Prep. Firebirds going to try to cut the deficit. There is bullpen action for Holy Ghost as a right-hander begins to warm. And the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, so walked him on 4 straight pitches. Devereaux did have to wait a little longer there in the 3rd as Isaac Acosta is aboard with nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd. So we'll turn things over here to, the top of the lineup for Will Kalak. And the pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-0. So 5 straight balls here from Shane Devereaux here in the 3rd. All of them have mainly missed low, too. 1 ball, no strikes to count, nobody out. Here on this Holy Ghost Day here on campus. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. Can we get to 620 subscribers? Matt, it's a little doubtful. I'm not. The pitch. is in there for a strike off speed pitch. It's 1-1. Very good crowd here on tap today. I know that there are some people to watch. Lonnie White, the center fielder, who's already committed to Penn State for Malvern Prep, but a good crowd overall. There's a strike. It's 1-2. Firebirds, good crowd behind the dish towards the stands. Overall, it's a nice day for the most part. The wind blowing, but the sun has been out. Now cloud cover overshading the field. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. It's 2-2. Devereaux on the mound for Malvern Prep. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Malvern again, one of the best teams in the state. 20-4 record coming into this one. Devereaux comes set, and his 2-2 offering is in the dirt. Ball 3. It's 3-2. So Will Kalak battling here with Devereaux, already here with a runner on first here in the bottom of the third. Firebirds trying to cut into the deficit. Right now they trail by 5. 3 runs scored in the first by the Friars. 2 runs scored in the third. Devereaux comes set, and his payoff pitch is swung on, and it's a nubber hit back to the mound. Devereaux is off the field his position. I'm moving out of the way for that one. And one away is moving down to second. He's moving down to second. It's Isaac Acosta, 1 away. Here's Tyler McCord. Tyler in his first at-bat line one back to the center fielder. First pitch swinging. There's now also bullpen action for the Friars as a right-handed pitcher begins to warm up. First pitch is inside. It's 1-0 to Tyler McCord, who will try to get that runner in scoring position home for Holy Ghost. Good speed over at second, and Isaac Acosta. Firebirds right now trail 5-0. Shane Devereaux, the starter for Malvern Prep, and the away Blues comes set, and McCord swings and hits one down the first base line, and it bounces on top of the gym roof. It's 1 ball and a strike. Devereaux, 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Tyler McCord. He delivers, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Questionable there on the corner, but it goes the way of Devereaux. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think the Friars at 20-4 need some strike zone calls. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. And the pitch is swung on, hit the other way. In the right field, it's a base hit. Isaac Acosta will stop at third, but Tyler McCord comes through with a single to put runners on the corners. With only an out, and that will bring up the senior star, Jack McDermott. Jack trying to stop the shutout here in the bottom of the third. Again, good reminder for you, after today's game, we'll have a post-game show, quick little post-game recap, and if the Firebirds do come back to win this one, we will have a post-game interview. Stay tuned, again, right after the last pitch. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 5-0 lead for Malvern Prep. Firebirds trying to cut that deficit as they have runners on the corners. First pitch to Jack McDermott is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Runner at third is Isaac Acosta. Runner at first is Tyler McCord, the third baseman, who also pitched and got the last out in the second. Did a good job to keep the bases loaded and get out of the jam started by Matthew Goldenbaum, who started today's game. And the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air out to left field. Going back and looking up, but it's a fair ball. It got past Davis. It stayed down the line fair. The throw is not in time to get a sliding Tyler McCord, who's in there safely, and Jack McDermott just continues to rake as he has another extra base hit. It's now 5-1. Malvern still with the lead, but Firebirds cutting into it. They now have runners on second and third, as that will bring up Aiden Robbins. That ball just stayed fair. Looked like it was hooking and hooking and hooking. Ryan Davis was, I think at one point maybe let up a little bit because he thought it was going to go foul. The wind is blowing pretty well here at the field today, but it didn't blow enough to push that ball foul. Jack with a big hit. Comes through as he has done all season for the Firebirds. Now Devereaux has to face Aiden Robbins, the sophomore. First pitch is upstairs. Fastball misses. It's 1-0. Firebirds would have liked to at least get these 2 runners in scoring position home to try to get back in this one after the Friars did score 2 runs back in the third to answer and to improve their already 3-0 lead. There's a good pitch there off speed. It's a strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count. Runners on second and third. Jack McDermott at second. Tyler McCord at third. And the pitch is in the dirt, misses, it's 2-1. Again, action in both bullpens. There's a right-handed pitcher warming up in both bullpens. Devereaux in some trouble here. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The pitch is upstairs. It's 3-1. Devereaux came into this game with an ERA of 2.15. That now probably has stayed around the same. He's done a good job to work out of the first 2 innings. He's given up a run here in the third. 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch to Robbins is in the dirt. Ball 4, walked him, and the bases are loaded for Holy Ghost. So the Firebirds are in really good business here, as that will now bring up Reese Accord. And now time will be called as the Friars will have a mound visit. So while Malvern Prep as a conference, we'll take a break. Bases are full of Firebirds. Here in the bottom of the third, they trail 5-1. New pitcher is also coming in as Devereaux is out. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Welcome back here. The new pitcher for the Malvern Prep Friars is hard-throwing right-hander number 34, Cam Markham. Markham, a sophomore right-handed pitcher. Firebirds to the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third. David Shapansky with you here along the first base side. It's a good time to remind you to like and subscribe. Also check out all the content that we provided today to raise money for the school on Holy Ghost Day. Last time I checked, it was about $30,000. I believe you can still donate if you'd like. Facebook and Instagram pages for more information. The Twitter also as well. Subscribe to the HDP Baseball Twitter, which is, I believe, 1 follower away from 1,000 last time I checked. Oh, it is over 1,000 now. Cam Markham so far this season, 8 2/3 with a 3.23 ERA. Bases are full of Firebirds. Reese Accord, the sophomore, due up here in the 5-hole today for the Firebirds. It's also a good time to remind you that tomorrow will be Ascension Thursday Mass with either Father Dan or Father Chris. You don't want to miss that here in the morning between 9 and 10. Not quite sure what exact time. And then on Friday, we will either have baseball or lacrosse. And Saturday, we'll have baseball here at Senior Day starting at 12 o'clock against a big rival in St. Joe's Prep. We'll have the pregame action for you 11:50, 11:55. All right. Well, Matt talking to me a little bit on Friday. We'll talk in half innings. Here's Markham, who faces Accord, and the first pitch is outside. It's 1-0. Runner at third is Tyler McCord. Runner at second is Jack McDermott, who already has an RBI double in this inning down the left field line. Aiden Robbins, the sophomore, is over at first, and Reese Accord trying to do some damage. The 1-0 pitch to the big lefty is low. It's 2-0. Markham with big strikeout numbers. Falls behind the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch is swinging and a miss. It's 2-1. Right. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count. With 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Bases are loaded full of Firebirds as they trail 5-1. Markham comes set, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back to the cage. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reese a little early on that one. Beautiful day for baseball. Thank you to everyone who's watching at home. If you couldn't make it with us today, either you're at work, driving, and maybe listening to it on the radio, we appreciate everyone for tuning in today here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss. There's only a few number of games left. I'm going to be out of a job soon, at least for the school. But 2 balls and 2 strikes to count with 1 out. Markham steps off the mound. Every subscribe keeps my job going a little longer. Every subscription. The 2 ball, 2 strike pitch is a swing and a miss. He put it past Reese Accord, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Yeah, we just were talking about the hard-throwing stuff of Markham. Big strikeout numbers, 8 2/3, 15 strikeouts coming into this inning. Big strikeout stuff, and came back 2-0 there and battled. Firebirds do a bullpen action. It's a right-hander, and the pitch is in there for a strike. New batter for the Firebirds is Matthew Goldenbaum, who's had a few clutch hits this season. A single here would go a long way for the Firebirds. You're at least going to try to cut this deficit to more than a 4-run. Have to respond after scoring 2 runs via the error. The pitch is a swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Took a little off that previous fastball. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Goldenbaum going to have to really work for it here. Firebirds with the bases loaded. Tyler McCord at third. Jack McDermott at second. And Aiden Robbins over at first. Goldenbaum behind in the count. 0-2. The pitch is swing and a miss. It was in the dirt. The catcher to Sierra supplies the tag. And we've played 3 here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. An excellent pace. Firebirds trail 5-1. We'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. We'll see if Firebirds change their pitcher or if Nick Henn comes in to continue. We'll be right back. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. Nick Henn will stay in to do the pitching. I'm going to try to make it the first inning where I don't get hit by Nick Henn. Lefty on the mound here as we begin the top of the 4th. Firebirds trail 5-1. You're just missing us. Yes, I did get hit by a pickoff attempt that went over the fence and over our equipment here in the 3rd. It was kind of funny though, I guess, from a standpoint of not me. First pitch is a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes to start the 4th. The batter is Lonnie White, Penn State commit. There's a ball. It's 2-0. One of the best players in the state. Came into this game hitting just below 350. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Nick Henn, the southpaw, comes set, and his pitch to the tall righty White is outside. It's 3-0. Lonnie today has 2 plate appearances. He's been hit by a pitch in both. 3 balls and no strikes to count. Firebirds do a bullpen action behind Nick Henn. It's a righty. The 3-0. Upstairs, ball 4, walked him. So Lonnie White is on base for the 3rd time today. 2 hit by pitches and a walk now. Still waiting for that official plate appearance. And that will bring up Conley. But before we do, Coach Shalinski is out to the mound. And we'll see if that's it for Nick Henn. It is. So Nick hands off the ball. And we'll head off the mound. Firebirds will bring in a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him when we come back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. New pitcher for the Firebirds is right-hander Zach Van Arsdale. This will take over for Nick Henn, who went an inning plus and was able to get out of the third, but not without an error, which cost 2 runs to come home. Run on first is Lonnie White as Van Arsdale begins to finish his warm-up tosses. The shortstop Cam Conley will be due up here in just a second, but before we do, it's time to highlight the star of the week for the Firebirds, and it's Jack McDermott. Jack has been fantastic this season, came into this game hitting over 500, had a pretty good road trip. He's been amazing here at home, and he also has an RBI double down the left field line in today's game. And that's today's star of the game, brought to you by Mr. Heston. We're still waiting to find where Mr. Heston went. Miss Cooper Smith is here, our other chemistry teacher, but Mr. Heston is not here yet with the phrase of the day. We'll see if he does come back. He said he may show up in the middle or later part of the game. We'll see what happens. Zach begins to finish his warm-up tosses again. Cam Conley going to be the batter here in the top of the 4th. Firebirds trail this one 5-1 here in the 4th. So Zach, the birthday boy, going to talk with Zach, the pitcher. You had DeMario and Van Arsdale having a conference. It's the Zach squared duo out there on the mound. Defensively, it pretty much stays the same for the Firebirds on the infield because Nick Henn came in to overtake Tyler McCord on the mound. McCord went back to third, and then taking over was Zach Van Arsdale, who's on the mound. Van Arsdale on the mound for the Firebirds as they trail 5-1. Runner at first is Lonnie White, and the pitch to Conley is swung on and hit in the air down the left field line as Kolak will make the catch. So Will Kolak puts it away for the first out here in the top of the 4th. I'll bring up the cleanup hitter for Malvern Prep. It's Jimmy Kirk. So Zach did a good job to get the first out, not allowing White to advance. Zach Van Arsdale, the senior, comes set from the stretch. And the first pitch to the tall batter, Kirk, is an off-speed pitch that misses high and inside. It's 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count. Van Arsdale steps off, had Lonnie White leaning just a little bit, but he gets back in time. Van Arsdale steps off once again and checks on Lonnie White. White is back in time. Cat and mouse games between Van Arsdale and White. One ball and no strikes to count with 1 out. Jimmy Kirk, the batter, and the pitch is inside. Brushed him off the plate. It's 2-0. Again, Phillies back in action tonight against the Nationals. Game 2 of the 3-game series down there. Zach Wheeler with the start for the Fightins, as they're going to try to get back into first place tonight if the Mets finally lose a game. They've won 6 straight. Pesky Mets. And the pitch. Big swing and a miss by Kirk. Kirk today is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 1 swinging, 1 looking. Sun really shining here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. Beautiful day for a Wednesday matinee. The 2-1 pitch is upstairs. It's 3-1. Van Arsdale went back to the off-speed 2-1 and it missed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. Firebirds trying to get their 10th win on the season. In order to do so, they'll have to complete the comeback here against the 20-4 Malvern Prep Friars. The pitch. Outside, ball 4, walked him. That was very, very close. Walking down to second is White. Walking down to first is Kirk. So runners now on first and second with 1 out, and that will bring up the 5-hole hitter for the Friars. It's Trey Tiffin. Tiffin, the third baseman for Malvern Prep. The pitch is swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. Kolak just gives it a little look as it heads towards the wood area down the left field line. No balls and 1 strike. Zach Van Arsdale doing the pitching. It's the 4th pitcher of the day used by Coach Olinsky and the Firebirds. And Arsdale comes set, and the pitch. Swung on and tapped down the third base line, and will go foul as McCord just kind of gave it a little glove look. It's no balls and 2 strikes. All pitchers today used by Olinsky started with Goldenbaum, went to Tyler McCord, and Nick Henn, who hit me in the thigh with the pitch, and then now Zach Van Arsdale. Runners on first and second for the visiting Friars. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Friars lead this one 5-1. No balls, 2 strikes. Zach trying to put away. Fouled back. Trey Tiffin. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. So Matt, you still did not get an answer. No? No. All right. I think the chat, I think there's something like it's activated, but it's not activated. You know what I mean? So if somebody could let us know in terms of maybe one of my peers, if you Snapchat me or text me, let me know if you're trying the live chat and it's just not working, because it may not be. No balls and 2 strikes. Going for third is White. Swinging at the pitch is Tiffy, and he popped it up. Sun really shining. It's heading towards the dugout, and it makes it out of play just to the right of the Friars visiting dugout. It remains no balls and 2 strikes. Really a terrific day for baseball here on this Wednesday afternoon. It started out somewhat cloudy and windy, but it's now cleared up. The wind has died down. It's picked up here and there, but for the most part, a nice afternoon. No balls and 2 strikes to count, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back. If you couldn't be here with us today, we do appreciate you joining in and watching us or listening to us. Only a few more games left here on the season, on the regular season at least, for lacrosse and baseball, as the school year also begins to wrap up. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Van Arsdale with runners on first and second. We'll see Alani goes again. He does not, and it's fouled back once again by Tiffin. So good battle here by Trey Tiffin, the 5-hole hitter for Malvern Prep. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Van Arsdale, the senior, comes set, looks back White at second, and then comes to Tiffin. It's swung on and in the air. Down the left field line, it's hit far. If fair, it's gone, but it's well foul. Here remains 0-2. Tiffin has not been able to get any balls in this at bat. It's remained a 0-2 count. He's been behind throughout. But boy, has he fouled off some good pitches here by Zach Van Arsdale. Runner at second is Lonnie White. The runner at first is Jimmy Kirk. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up. McDermott is out in shallow center field. Robbins is coming in, but McDermott makes the basket catch as he'll put it away. Good play by Jack. There's 2 outs here in the 4th. Good job by Van Arsdale to finally put away Tiffin, as that will bring up the 6-hole hitter for Malvern Prep. It's Jaden Smith, the right fielder. He started in left field today, but with the injury to Mason Smith, he moves over to right. Ryan Davis is the left fielder defensively for Malvern Prep. Van Arsdale trying to work out of some trouble once again, trying to leave that runner, Lonnie White, in scoring position. Trying to not let that runner from first scoring either. The first pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1 to Jaden Smith. Firebirds trail 5-1. They had a big scoring opportunity with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs in the 3rd, but couldn't score. They scored once prior to the bases being loaded to make it a 5-1 game. Big lead off a second for White. The pitch is outside. It's 1-1. Loud noise coming there from behind the dish. 1 ball, 1 strike to count, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Wind picks up just a little bit as Van Arsdale, pitching from the stretch, with runners on first and second, comes set. And his 1-1 pitch to Smith is in there for a strike. Good pitch by Van Arsdale. It's now 1-2. Once again, a pretty good crowd on tap here today for both sides. It is a beautiful day as spring really sprouting here on the East Coast. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count, 2 outs, and the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and foul back. He remains 1-2. Again, a reminder to check out the Holy Ghost Day festivities, our first ever Holy Ghost Day to raise money for the school. You can check out all the videos that we took throughout the day, including a lunch with legends where we chatted with our legendary basketball coach here at the school, Tony Chapman, who has reached 900 wins this winter, one of the only PA coaches to ever do so, only 4, and he's one of them. It was an honor to call the basketball games as well this winter. The pitch is in the dirt. Lonnie White heads for third. Double steal as Kirk moves up to second. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. So again, check out all the fun festivities. I also uploaded throughout the day on Instagram and Facebook on the stories with hanging out with some of my friends at lunch prior to the AP exam and after the AP exam. A couple of the shots of the baseball guys warming up down the left field line as well. Van Arsdale comes set. The 2-2 is swung on and crushed. It's popped up though. Thought he hit it towards the barrel. He did not. Running in is McDermott. He runs out. He slides. Did he make the catch? He did. That had a really good sound coming off the bat, but he must have just missed it, got under it, as McDermott runs into shallow center field and makes the catch to put away. I was a little scared when that ball came off the bat. But Holy Ghost and Zach Van Arsdale keeps the Friars at 5 runs. We head to the bottom of the 4th. We played 3.5. Holy Ghost going to need to mount a comeback as they trail 5-1. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep Campus. David Chpansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds, as we begin the bottom of the 4th. Back to do the pitching for Malvern Prep is number 34, the right-handed pitcher Cam Markham. Big fastball, big velocity, sophomore, good arm, lots of strikeouts. Had some control problems in the 3rd, but worked out of it. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Firebirds trail Malvern Prep by a score of 5-1 here on this sunny Wednesday afternoon. Gonna lead it off for Holy Ghost Prep is Zach Van Arsdale. He'll come in for Golden Bomb. And then Nick Ken, who did the pitching. It's the pitcher spot. Staying in to hit will be Zach Van Arsdale. Markham begins the 4th. Pitches in the windup. And the first pitch is upstairs and out. It's 1-0. Markham comes set, and the 1-0 is in there for a called strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So tomorrow we will have Ascension Thursday Mass, beginning at around 9 or 10 o'clock. Big swing and a miss hack there by Zach Van Arsdale. It's 1-2. On Friday, though, we have decided, Matt and I, that we will be streaming the baseball game on Friday as well. So Friday and Saturday, we'll have baseball here for you, weather permitting. And the pitch fouled back to the screen. Van Arsdale stays alive. So Friday, I'm not quite sure. I think it's Archbishop Carroll. Is that it? I think. And then on Saturday, it's Senior Day. Big rivalry between another prep school. It's St. Joe's Prep as they come to town. 12 o'clock. First pitch begins at 12. But 11:55 will be the pregame as Zach Van Arsdale strikes out looking. Coach Zielinski and the Firebirds dugout not happy with that one. So with the strikeout of Van Arsdale by Markham, that will now, as tapped in front of the plate is DeMario. DeMario is the hitter, the birthday boy for the Firebirds. By the way, I do think that Liam Parsons did the hitting there for Van Arsdale. But I'm not sure, because it looked like that Parsons was scheduled to do up, but it looked like Van Arsdale. But I believe it was Parsons. There's a ball. It's 1 ball and a strike with 1 out to Zach DeMario, the catcher. Behind the dish, 2 Zachs going to work right now on the mound. Zach Van Arsdale doing the catching, Zach DeMario. Zach with a 1-1 count, way upstairs. It's 2-1. Malvern Prep came into this game with a record of 20-4, one of the best teams in the state. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count. The pitch is in there for a strike. It's 2-2. Cam Markham, the right-hander, sophomore, doing the pitching for the Friars. Zach DeMario batting for the Firebirds. The 2-2 pitch. Big swing and foul back. Remains 2-2. Firebirds trail 5-1 on this Wednesday afternoon here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch started at around 4 o'clock, around the regular scheduled start. We're now at 5:32. This may be the length of a Major League game if this continues. Sit on the ground. There's a shortstop side jumping throw, but not in time as DeMario with a good hustle beats out the throw by the shortstop Conley. Conley with a tremendous play to go to his right and kind of backhanded just a little bit and just didn't have enough on that throw to beat DeMario in time. So DeMario reaching first on the single, that will bring up Isaac Acosta, the 9-hole hitter for Holy Ghost. The pitch is swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Teixeira. The ball's in 1 strike, the count. Stepping off and throwing over to first is Markham. DeMario is back in time. Just a reminder, stay tuned after the game for a quick post-game show and recap after the final out. And if the Firebirds mount a comeback, we will have a post-game interview. Pitch is swung on and hit in the air. Out to center field. Lonnie White is out to chase it. Covers good speed and good ground and makes the catch. For the second out of the inning, Acosta hit it well to right center field, but Lonnie White, the good defender that he is, makes the catch and puts it away in time. So we'll turn over back to the top of the lineup for the leadoff hitter. It's Will Kalak, the sophomore, who splits time with the JV team and the varsity team. 2 outs here in the 4th. Firebirds trail 5-1. DeMario, the runner at first. It's in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Weird to see that DeMario is still out there with 2 outs, only simply because he is the catcher. But they decide not to use a courtesy runner. Zach does have good speed. The pitch. Swung on and hit down the first base line. That ball, once again, coming ever so close. They hate me down here. 1 ball, 1 strike. They hate the both of us down here. That one was coming towards the camera. We don't want to both need ice. The ball's in 2 strikes to count. The pitch is in the dirt. DeMario heading for second. Teixeira does not make a throw as it remains, or becomes 1-2. Remains 2 outs. Yeah, we're going to have to get something to put up here down the first base line. I mean, it hasn't happened to me the entire year, but that one was close and was already hit by Nick Henn with a pickoff attempt earlier. I need to extend that fencing, right? The pitch. Fouled back. I mean, obviously, I guess it's just kind of common sense. The right-handed batters that are late kind of just slice it down here towards the first base line, just past the first base bag and into the parking lot. But it happens more than you think it would, where balls really come slicing down there, and the fence is not completely cut out to where you would think it would be common to do that. The fence extends out and then kind of pushes back down here the first base line, and then the high cage with about 2 levels of fencing then steps down to a shorter fence. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 2 outs. The pitch. Called strike 3. So Will Kalak goes down looking to end the 4th. We've played a full 4 innings. The visiting Malvern Prep Friars with a good catch by Lonnie White to help them there in the 4th. We head to the 5th. It's 5-1 Malvern Prep. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep Campus. Firebirds trail Malvern Prep 5-1. David Chpansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds, as Zach Van Arsdale steps on the mound to continue to do the pitching for Holy Ghost here as we start the 5th. We highlighted the star of the week, and we're going to do a new thing where we highlight a faculty member of the week. And the faculty member, Mr. Heston, today. Mr. Helsley was giving us the phrases before that, but Mr. Helsley has been out the past couple days. Who is our Dean of Academics here at Holy Ghost Prep, so he was kind of sponsoring, not sponsoring actually, but you know, you get what I mean. The lineups and the phrases in the first couple weeks, and now Mr. Heston has done it the past couple days. He gave me the phrase of the day to say the other day, which was, "That's the way the cookie crumbles," but I didn't have exactly a way to fit it in to the game the other day. There was no kind of event that really led to that. So Mr. Heston, I guess we'll just use that phrase again here today. That's the way the cookie crumbles, if something like that happens, but that is the phrase of the day. He'll like that one. We also had one by Mr. Helsley, Boom Shakalaka. We used that one as well. So faculty member of the week, Mr. Heston, I guess. You know what I mean? We'll try it out. We'll see those at home like it. Similar to our star of the week, player for the Firebirds. And Arsdale goes back to work here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're at it. O'Shell. First pitch is in there for a strike to O'Shell. He's the DH today for Malvern Prep. Also want to give a shout out to, Mr. Conlon, Coach Conlon, who was our athletic director here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus, but also Mr. Stewart. There's a ball, it's 1-1, who was our previous, who was our previous athletic director, who is also here with us today. He's at the game at least. So shout out to him. He was our athletic director for a long time here at Holy Ghost Prep. Van Arsdale comes set. And the pitch to O'Shell misses inside. It's 2 balls and a strike. So lots of shout outs today. Going around again tomorrow, Ascension Thursday Mass. Friday, baseball, I believe, against Archbishop Carroll. I'll clear that up and clear time for you at the end of the stream on the post-game show as it's fouled back. And on Saturday, we'll have a game against St. Joe's Prep. It's senior day here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. Great way to honor the seniors. And we'll have that for you at 12 o'clock. That's first pitch. Well, if we get started on time. You know, sometimes the times start whenever we like it to. But first pitch is scheduled for 12. Pre-game should begin at 11:50, 11:55. Van Arsdale comes set, and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back by O'Shell to the cage behind Zach DeMario. Mains 2-2. Well, we're giving shout-outs. I've pretty much said it all game, but I'll give another shout-out to Zach DeMario. It's his birthday today, the 17th birthday for Zach. Happy birthday. He's behind the dish. Done a good job today. Had a single there in that last at bat as well for Zach. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Zach Van Arsdale comes set. And his pitch to O'Shell. Good layoff there by O'Shell as it misses just outside. It remains 3 balls, or becomes 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, here on this Holy Ghost Day, don't forget to check out the Instagram and Facebook stories. I uploaded a few this morning before my AP English exam. You can also check out all the other content throughout the day, Lunch with Legends, and a bunch of other videos as well. That misses inside, so a leadoff walk is never the success story and good news that you like to hear. But O'Shell walks down to first base. Some close pitches there, but good eye by O'Shell. That will bring up the catcher to Sierras. Sound of cleats on concrete. An interesting sound, I'll tell you. Not a sound like it. So Van Arsdale steps off the mound as it appears that there's something going on behind the dish. Here, I'm not sure if there's something with the umpire, maybe something with Zach, maybe even something with the batter to Sierras. Runner at first is O'Shell, and the pitch. O'Shell goes from first to Mario with a throw, late, not in time. It is a strike, though. It's 0-1 to Sierras. Firebirds trail Malvern Prep 5-1. The Friars come into this game with a record of 20-4, one of the best teams in the state. Their star center fielder, Lonnie White, already committed to Penn State. And Arsdale comes set. And the pitch to Sierra is in there for a strike. Runner on second is O'Shell. Nobody out here in the fifth. And Arsdale comes set. And the pitch. Swung on and hit down the shortstop side of things. McDermott decides to be risky and throw to third. And it's not in time to get O'Shell. He looked out after that one. We do have a review here technically. See if I could tell. But yeah, he did look out though. It was a risky play by McDermott, but did look like it got O'Shell just barely. Let's see if we could tell here. Matt, did you get a good shot of that? You did, kind of. Hold on, let's see. It's a little frozen. Oh, there we go. Hold on 1 second, let's see. Okay, no, we did not. But I will tell you from my eyes that he did look out. But the umpire is the guy that matters. They're still talking about it. I mean, they do call him safe at third, and you know, you don't really expect that to change just simply because when do calls by umpires really ever change? I've never per se seen an umpire say they were wrong, personally, but you know, it is a risky decision at the same time by Jack McDermott to go to third, and you know, he has a really good arm, and I think he was out, and Jack thinks he was out, but it doesn't really matter. Maybe going to first would have been the safe bet there. Well, would have been the safe bet. So Van Arsdale now with runners on the corners. Have to deal with Mal, who is the 9-0 hitter for Malvern Prep, and stepping off the rubber, but I believe timeout was called there, as it won't be called a balk against Van Arsdale. By the way, there is a pinch hitter in the game for Mal. It'll be number 19, Kennedy. I do not have a first name for him, unfortunately, but I can tell you it is number 19, Kennedy. I can really begin to feel the bruise on my leg approaching. I knew that was coming. Nick he couldn't, you know, lob over a knuckleball over there to first. It was a fastball. And now there's another conference going on as the second base umpire now walks slowly towards the dugout. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a pro what's going on here, but the start of the inning was kind of delayed a little bit. And now there's a conference here. I'm not sure if it still has something to do with the play at third. I'm not sure, but the umpires are coming in here, and now coaches for Malvern are going to go down the line and have a quick little chat. Runners are on the corners here for Malvern as the Friars lead 5-1. Now things seem to be settled somewhat here, as looks like Kennedy is about to step back in to the plate here. I'll tell you something, that's why baseball is a great sport and it's America's passion, because sometimes you just don't know what's going on, and it's interesting, but you're always on your toes, and there I have no idea what was going on. I could only assume that it was some talk back after the play of third still. I didn't see any injury. Again, from wherever you are, the cages are really weird in order to fully see down the first base line, but I'll tell you, I'm not quite sure what that was, as there is bullpen action for the Firebirds. It is a right-hander. I really think we need to invest in some walkie-talkies. Like, you know, set one behind the plate and see what they're talking about, because that would have been interesting there. I'm sure that conference would have been interesting. Then Arsdale comes set, and the pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-0. And the ball gets away from Tyler McCord. Heading to second is Kennedy, and heading home to score. It's now 6-1 as O'Shell comes in. And by the way, Mal is the batter, so Kennedy pinch hit for the batter before that, which I believe was Tissieris. So now the batter is Mal. Here with a runner on second, nobody out, 6-1 Malvern Prep. We're in the fifth, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the fifth, but still nobody out. There is a pro to this, though. It's just nonstop baseball action after this game, the Phillies and Nationals. When we're on, there's a strike. It's 0-1 to Mal. No balls in a strike. So Matt and Mr. Asani were able to fix the camera so the zoom in is a little better. That's why we were having some trouble getting great view of that play at third. There's one upstairs. It's 1-1. Again, the schedule for the rest of the week: Thursday, Ascension, Thursday, Mass. Friday will be the baseball game. Again, we will be doing baseball, not lacrosse, but the lacrosse team does play. We, of course, support them. Hope they win their game on Friday. We'll have baseball here, I believe, at 4. Pitch is swung on and hit on the ground over to third. McCord is up with it. Looks back the runner at second. That's Kennedy. And he'll throw in time to get Mal. And there's one out here in the 5th. And on Saturday, it'll be the Firebirds taking on St. Joe's Prep. That should be a good one here at 12 o'clock. It's senior day. Matt will be here on Saturday, right? Yeah. All right. So Kennedy stays at second. Back over to the top of the lineup for Ryan Davis. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. Did we hit 620? We were aiming for 620. There's a strike. It's on 1, did we? No. Okay. No balls in the strike. All right. The ball's in 1 strike, 1 out. Zach Van Arsdale, the senior, on the hill for Holy Ghost. Trying to leave that runner in scoring position there. Friars have already scored 1 run here in the 5th. Van Arsdale. The pitch is in there for a called strike on the inside part of the plate. It's now 0-2. Wind picking up just a little bit here once again as the sun begins to set over our heads. Not begins to set, but the shade begins to overtake us here on the first base side. Sunset, I believe, is after 8 o'clock, so you get those more hours of daylight. The pitch from Van Arsdale is a ball. Van Arsdale trying to work out of trouble and leave Kennedy over there at second. Van Arsdale, the senior, comes set from the stretch in his pitch. Swung on and hit in the air. Out to left center field. Will Kalak is over, and he'll make the catch to put it away for the second out of the inning. I will say the scoreboard kind of had me tricked there for a second. I thought there was 1 out and then saw 2 outs, and I was like, hey, I might be right, but that's what I get for trusting the scoreboard all the time. There are 2 outs. Should have went with my original, what I saw with my eyes, gut instinct. 2 outs, as that will bring up Lonnie White. White today does not have an official plate appearance. Hit both times and then walked. Well, hit 2 times and then walked. Lonnie came into this game hitting just under 350. He's already committed to Penn State, one of the best players in the state. There's the ball. It's 1-0. I'll tell you what was interesting about this game, what was interesting about the whole forte with Lonnie White was today after the AP English exam, I usually do some prep with notes before this, but really been focusing on the AP English exam. There's a ball. It's 2-0. So, focusing on that, I haven't had too much time to really prep all that much for this game, as much as I would have liked to. But, I have heard of Lonnie White before just from doing these games and keeping up with the league for the most part. But I did not know that he is verified on Instagram, which is kind of interesting because you don't really see too many high schoolers verified on Instagram. Just want to put that out there. So it's interesting. That just goes to show you how really good of a player he is. It's 3 balls and no strikes. No Firebirds pitcher wants a piece of them, and I don't really doubt that. 3-0, swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Van Arsdale. It's 3-1. Off speed there. Again, stay tuned after the game, after the last out for a post-game show. And recap, if the Firebirds come back to win this one, we will have a post-game interview. We're in the 5th. There's ball. So Lonnie White will take a walk down to first base. He's on board for the 4th time today, and none of them have been via hits. He hasn't really seen too many strikes. In fact, I don't know if he has seen a strike, because that one he swung at was not a strike. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. Now bring up Conley, the shortstop, who already has a 2 RBI single today for the Friars. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're in the 5th, just past 6 o'clock. And there's a strike. Good off-speed pitch there. On the outside part of the plate, it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to count. Zach Van Arsdale comes set with a runner on first and second. It's outside. It's 1-1. 2-1. 2-1 strike, the count. Van Arsdale comes set from the stretch, and his pitch is in there for a called strike to the shortstop Conley. It's 2-2. It's 1-2. I have to stop believing the scoreboard. I just do. I have to go with what I saw. And, you know, sometimes I think that I talk past the pitch and miss it, but I'm done looking at the scoreboard. 1-2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and hit on the ground over to short. McDermott is up with it on a hop. He has a good throw, good arm over to first to get the hustling shortstop Conley. So Conley hits to his counterpart in McDermott, who makes the play and throws it on 6-3. We head to the bottom of the fifth. We finally played 4.5. The Firebirds trail 5-1 to the very good Malvern Prep Friars. Welcome back here as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Holy Ghost Prep trailing Malvern Prep by a score of 5-1. David Chapansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds, as Cam Markham will continue for his, well, technically third inning of pitching, but he took over back in third. So not quite going to be 3 full for Markham. Firebirds are going to need to really cut into that deficit as they trail by 5. As Tyler McCord will lead it off. It's a good place to start. Tyler coming into this game hitting just below 475. Once again, very good crowd on tap here for this Wednesday matinee. We figured it would be with Malvern traveling, and Firebirds always have a good crowd. There's a bunt. McCord gets it down the third base line. Off the field, it is the catcher, and McCord hustles, but it was a foul ball. 0-1. Thought McCord had it, but good job there by the catcher and the pitcher Markham to keep it foul, or to let it go foul, I should say. No balls and 1 strike the count. Good idea by McCord. You need base runners here. You don't need a long ball here. Well, it'd be nice, but you need base runners. The pitch. Ball outside. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count. Markham comes set, and the pitch is swung on and popped up. It will go behind the plate and foul towards the left side, towards the Firebirds dugout. It's 1-2. Markham from the windup and the pitch. It's in the dirt. Good eye by McCord. It's 2-2. Markham went off speed. McCord didn't want a piece of it. Good eye. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. Markham comes set in the pitch. It's in there, called strike 3. So McCord goes down looking for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. And that will bring up Jack McDermott, who had an RBI double his last time up. So far, that is the offensive play of the game for the Firebirds. There hasn't been a whole lot of offense to have a whole lot of plays of the game, but we'll see if that will change. Hopefully it does. McDermott up to the dish. And the pitch is in there on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Firebirds trying to come back here and earn their 10th win of the season and try to snap this 3-game losing streak, which has mainly been on the road trip. The pitch. Here's the ball. It's 1-1. Started this game in the upper 60s, low 70s. That's where we're at right now, 69 degrees. Swung on and hit in the air towards left center field. The left fielder Davis will call off Lonnie White to make the catch, and there's 2 outs here in the 5th, 2 quick outs. We're still in the upper 60s, the wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's died down just a little bit than prior to first pitch. Again, on this Holy Ghost Day, raising money for the school. Don't forget to check out the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel, so stay here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Click the little icon if you're on your phone, or after the game, check out all the videos that we posted today. It really was a great day on campus. It was great to have the whole school together for our first morning meeting of the year. If you're unfamiliar with morning meeting, what that may be, as the 0-1 is swinging a miss. If you saw photos of it, it's pretty much just like an assembly. We don't have a homeroom here. We don't have a assembly technically, as there's a swing and a miss. So Aiden Robbins goes down swinging to end the 5th. We'll continue that conversation about Holy Ghost Day when we get to the 6th. We've played 5 full innings. The Friars lead the Firebirds 6-1. Welcome back here as Zach Van Arsdale stays in the game pitching as we head to the top of the 6th. Firebirds trail the visiting Malvern Prep Friars by a score of 6-1. David Chpansky with you here. So I said we'll continue the conversation. We will. Holy Ghost Day today, raising money for the school. But yeah, go check out the videos on the YouTube channel. There's plenty of content in an Instagram and Facebook stories that I've uploaded throughout the entire day today, hanging out with friends before and after my AP English exam today. We have cornhole here in the courtyard and different stuff like that. But I was talking about morning meeting, which was the first one that we've had as a school pre-COVID. I was not at it because of the AP English exam, but I could tell you that it was from the photos, and just morning meetings is a great job to continue our sense of community and brotherhood here at the school. Play games, just kind of talk and have announcements. Again, we don't have an assembly or homeroom, so that kind of fills in for that if you're more familiar with that type of thing. Matt, were you at morning meeting this morning? You were not? Okay. Well, then I can't exactly find out how it went. But I can assume it went well. There's a pitch in the dirt. It's 1-0 as Van Arsdale continues to pitch. No, I was taking the AP exam. Yeah. Jimmy Kirk, the batter. Yeah, I took the first one, the 8 a.m. one, the English exam. No, that was when I got out of the exam at 12. That was, yeah. Jimmy Kirk, the batter. Yeah, and after you take the exam, I went back to class. So now I'm here. Busy day today. The pitch from Van Arsdale. Fouled back to the screen. It's 1-2. Van Arsdale comes set from the stretch and the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the cage. It remains 2-2. Firebirds trail 6-1 over the visiting Malvern Prep Friars, who came into this game with a record of 20-4. 20-4. One of the best teams in the state. Lonnie White, big reason for that wonderful record. The pitch, did he go? Apparently he did not go, and it was outside. It's full count, 3-2. Firebirds do have bullpen action. They have 2 pitchers that were warming up, and now Malvern also has a pitcher warming up. Speaking of Malvern Prep, I'll tell you the most notable alumni. Oh, that ball's hit in the air down the first base line. Do not somehow hit us. Okay, well, remains 3-2. The most notable alumni member that I know from Malvern Prep is Ben Davis, the Phillies color commentator with the play-by-play Tom McCarthy. I know that Ben went to Malvern Prep. About that, I don't know too much about the school. As Kirk swings and hits one in the air down the left field line, it's going to slice past Kalak as Kirk is heading for second. The throw to Goldenbaum is not in time, as pulling into second safely is Kirk. So he has the leadoff double. Matt, though, seems to know something about Malvern. Great Valley. You know that it's not in Great Valley, is Malvern. I'm going to say something about Matt, my producer. Does a great job, of course. He is the biggest geography person you will ever want to meet. I'm telling you, he knows his geography of the region. I tell you, you cannot beat this kid on geography. So Van Arsdale heads out of the game after giving a leadoff double to start the sixth. We'll see who is the new pitcher coming in when we come back. Welcome back. Here is the new pitcher for the Firebirds, and Coach Olinsky is the right-hander Gavin McGuigan, as he'll take over here in the top of the sixth. Friars led off the inning, the top of the sixth, with a double down the left field line past Will Kalak by Jimmy Kirk. The batter now, I believe, as my scorecard set up, but by memory, I am pretty sure that it is Tiffin. Trey Tiffin. It is Trey Tiffin. Third baseman. This will get started here just in a little bit. So yeah, Matt, really good at geography. That's what we were talking about. Chester County, we were talking about in the break. Malvern. So Malvern is in Chester County. Kind of. Okay. You would know way more about that than I would. I'll tell you. Matt, you do not want to play him, though, in any quiz, right? You don't. Have you, Mr. Vierling, freshman? Did you have him for freshman? Did you take the map quizzes?
Yes, I failed them.
Oh, Matt, how did you? But if it was Chester County, you would have got it right, right? You would have got the bonus stars too. Shout out to Mr. Vierling too. There would have been bonus stars. He would give us like these map quizzes of countries, and countries around the world. So he'd focus maybe on a certain continent or whatever, or you know, you would have to name the countries where they were, and he would always, you know, you would give his map where you would fill it out and get points, and you would have to memorize it. But he would always give you like these extra bonus points as a bonus if you could know where like these random places were. And when I tell you, these random places were like finding a needle in a haystack, I tell you, they were like like they were islands off of like, as that ball's hit up the middle, Golden Bomb is up with it. He'll make a bad throw as Golden Bomb is charged with the error here to allow Tiffin to reach first base. Anyway, so he would give you these quizzes and you would have these bonuses. And when I tell you, these bonus places would be like nowhere to be found. Like, and you wouldn't have them because he obviously wouldn't tell you if they're bonus questions where they were on the map, so you couldn't memorize them or study them, but they were in the region. They were like places that you didn't really know, especially because you were studying other continents like Africa, you were studying Eurasia or Europe. It was interesting to say the least. That ball is hit off the end of the bat in center field. That's going to drop in front of Aiden Robbins. So a base hit there. Wasn't hit all that hard, but you don't have to hit it all that hard in order for it to fall. So Jaden Smith gets the hit. It's now a 7-1 Friars lead. Is there still nobody out here? As McGuigan has now given up back-to-back hits. Well, actually back-to-back base runners, one error and then a hit. Matt, you were going to say something?
Ironically enough.
Listen to my producer here. Go ahead.
They probably can't even. Yeah, they can't hear.
Yeah, I know they can't hear you, but I'm giving the conversation through the mic. Or unless you want to speak into it.
Most of his bonus questions
Yeah.
were like that, but ironically enough.
You got them all right.
No.
Yeah.
When we did Asia,
Uh-huh.
the bonus questions were Egypt and France.
Egypt and France when you did Asia. I don't remember that. I know that he had to change them a few times because kids would like find out what they were from other classes. Well, not really what they were, but like what region they were in, so it would give them like an easier way to guess it. But still, I mean, these countries were like, some of them, I mean, that one's obviously easy, but like some of these countries were they were islands, and they were weird islands, like, you know, not common islands, so you would go, oh yeah, you know, Bermuda or Bahama or, you know, stuff like that. They were weird islands, and not the occasional, but I just thought that was funny. Matt, geography, well, I like to consider geography buff, in Chester County at least. McGuigan on the pitch is outside, I believe. Batter is O'Shell for Malvern Prep with 1-1 count. Runners on first and second, nobody out. 7-1 lead for Malvern. Swing and a miss by O'Shell. It's 1-2.
So the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
I can do anything.
You can do any. Good.
In like U.S., Canada, Mexico.
U.S., Canada. I agree.
But the stuff that we're tested on is literally
Well,
everything else.
I'll tell you, I can do Eastern Canada, and I can do like Middle Canada. Like I can get to Edmonton, but I like once you get into like Calgary and Western Canada, I can't get that because I just don't know it. I know Edmonton because of Carter Hart, but best goaltender in the league. You can't change my mind, regardless of this year. But really, Canada is interesting. I think that I could get like Central America. I think. I know that Mr. Eckerly, another one of our history teachers here, he does, at least I know that he did last year, these quizzes where he would try to name all the countries, like, you know, place where all the countries are. And that's hard. Like, you know, even, I mean, obviously it's hard, but like, you know, even as a history teacher, sometimes, I mean, these countries, I mean, yeah, you talk about them and you study them and, you know, all these teachers, I really don't know how, especially history teachers do it, where, you know, you learn, you know, you keep on teaching the same lesson, but especially because it's about the same words. I mean, it is fascinating. I do like history myself, but what's really interesting though about it is just how, you know, all these different countries, and some of them are so small and you forget them. And, you know, the Mr. Veerling map quizzes, they were very interesting to say the least. There was a strike by McGuigan. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. In terms of geography, yeah, I could probably do, I could do the United States, all 50 states. Canada, most of it. Central America, probably most of it. I do Philadelphia, but when it comes to Chester, Montgomery County, even Bucks County, for the most part, I'm not the best with. But Matt, when it comes to Chester County, if you have any Chester County comments, he could probably tell you, like if you were to name a restaurant, he could probably tell you exactly where that is. He could. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. McGuigan facing O'Shell, and the pitch is low. It's 2-2. We need an out here in the 6th inning, just to keep the pace somewhat moving well. I mean, even I think Malvern may even to admit to wanting an out here to get home soon. O'Shell at the dish. McGuigan comes set, and the 2-2 pitch. Upstairs. Not, you know, I love baseball, of course, but not that, you know, I'm so eager to go home. When you take an AP exam and you get to school at 7:30, and it's 6:14, we're going on 12 full hours here. There's a time where you got to limit yourself. The pitch. Swung on and in the air to left field. Kalak broke in and then breaks back. Kind of stumbles, but makes the catch in time to put away O'Shell. And there's one away here in the 6th. Yes, it's 7-1. They got a base hit when we were talking about Chester County. Hey, but I like it. I mean, I know that Matt doesn't have a mic, and you guys probably can't hear Matt too much, but we haven't really had 2 announcers on for baseball games. It's just been me, which is great, which is fine. But sometimes you got to give my voice box a little bit of a break and have a conversation with Matt. So that's what we're doing. McGuigan, the pitch is swung on and hit into left field. It will fall in front of Kalak. Scoring and coming around third, Malvern Prep will make it an 8-1 game. Good job to cut it off there by Tyler McCord, as the single there is by, I believe, Mal. It's 8-1. So you're a sophomore, Matt. So who do you have?
No, I'm a freshman.
You are a freshman. Why do I keep on getting you and Andrew confused with saying you're a sophomore? Yeah, I know that. Yeah. So you have Veerling still now, and who does Andrew? Or you don't know who Andrew has?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I think he has skin.
Okay. I have a little delay here on the field. Not quite sure what it is. But are you guys done map quizzes? You guys have to be like almost done now, right?
We have one on Friday.
Oh, do you? What is it?
Greece.
Greece. I remember Greece. So
Apparently we're supposed to get to Europe and I think Central America or something
yeah.
after that, but we're not gonna get
So here's what it is. So I am not. I make my I don't know what to say here, but my gift is in talking. My gift is not in creativeness. So, you know, I would get like at least like a 95 on the map quizzes, but I would get like, so he would do this thing where you would get minus or plus depending on the map. And I just wouldn't do all that well. And it's so simple, as Risa Cord will give it a look. Please don't. All right. That one did not make my thigh that time. But anyway, I mean, the real thing is that, you know, the coloring was what got me, because he likes you to color like you can't have back-to-back countries with the same color when you're using the crayons. and they have to be kind of defined. So sometimes my coloring would be a little off. I never liked to color even in preschool. I was one of those weird kids. I didn't like to color. And I still don't like it to this day. They have all those adult coloring books, and they're fascinating to watch somebody else do them, but not if I'm doing them. But yeah, so that's what I made out of the viewing map quiz. Oh, we did good on memorizing the map, but making the map, different story. Pitch misses. As Malvern will now send two runners in scoring position with runners on second and third. Still only one out here in the sixth. Yes, it was a pass ball, Matt. McGuigan trying to work out of the sixth inning, and the pitch. Upstairs. But yeah, that was drilling map quiz. They were interesting. They were interesting. Hope that everybody enjoyed our 10-minute conversation on geography. McGuigan comes set, the senior, and the pitch. Swung on, popped up. Second base side, Matthew Goldenbaum calls for it, and he has it and puts it away for the third out of the inning. So that will do it. We've played 5.5. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Firebirds, they're going to need some runs. They trail 8-1 against Malvern. Welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep Campus. Firebirds trail the visiting Malvern Prep Friars by a score of 8-1. New pitcher is Azara for Malvern Prep. As he'll face Reese Accord coming up here in just a moment. The sooner we get done to this, the sooner that I can get Nick Hen on his way out of here to at least get him to get me some ice for this leg. It's not too bad, though. I've had worse, but didn't feel nice in the time. And Azara comes into doing the pitching. It's Joey Azara, the right-handed pitcher. He's a junior. Reese Accord will lead it off, the left-handed hitter for Holy Ghost. They trail 8-1 to Malvern. Malvern came into this game with a record of 20-4. Azara from the windup, his first pitch to Accord. Is the ball. It's 1-0.
I never did finish telling you that story about why I had to reset everything.
Okay, well, we'll do that. We'll do that in the cleanup process. The hour cleanup process, we'll do that. 1-0. We should keep the camera like rolling while we're cleaning up, and like make it like a comedy TV show.
Well, you can't clean up and we still have the camera.
Oh, that is true. The 1-1.
Actually, what we'll probably do
Swung on and hit in the air out to center field. Lonnie White goes back and he jumps and makes the catch. 1 out here in the sixth. Yeah, one thing you want to do if you want a base hit, you don't want to hit it to Lonnie White because you're just not going to be just not going to be aboard. Go ahead, Matt. What were you going to say?
What I want to do instead of putting the actual tail away, I just want to find the fun stuff and just carry it into the field house because tomorrow.
That is true. Tomorrow, Ascension Thursday Mass. You don't want to miss it between 9 and 10 a.m. It will either be Father Dan or Father Chris, depending on what Mass we broadcast here, but it will be broadcasted. Tomorrow is a holy day. Swung and hit on the ground over to second base. Mal is up with it. His throw to first is in time for the second out. Score the putout 4-3 to get Goldenbaum. The new first baseman for Malvern Prep is Davis. T. Davis comes into the game at first base to take over for Jimmy Kirk. So go ahead, Matt. So Ascension Thursday Mass tomorrow. Friday we'll be streaming the baseball game. And Saturday, we will also be streaming baseball. So back-to-back days of baseball on Friday and Saturday. Saturday is senior day. Gavin McGuigan steps into the batter's box, and he takes the first pitch from Joey Azara low. It's 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. Fouled it. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike, the count. The pitch from Azara. Swung on and chopped on the ground over to shortstop. High hop. Not struggling to find it out as McGuigan beats the throw out at first base. So McGuigan reaches as Conley couldn't feel the hop well. That was close. Umpire said he was off the bag. I just think he was on the bag, but I do think he was safe. I don't know if he came off the bag. It looked like it was a bang-bang play. Could have went either way. But so McGuigan is aboard. No error because that was a field disadvantage there for Conley as the first pitch is low in the dirt. It's 1-0. The new batter is Carlos Rodriguez for the Firebirds. The pitch in there for a called strike. One ball, one strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Firebirds trail 8-1. David Chpansky with you here, and the pitch is a ball inside. It's 2-1. So we'll have really streams all day here on, well, not all day, fouled back, but each day on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Try to get us to a 620 subscribers, and don't forget to like and subscribe, of course, to the stream. Get us there for that goal. Baseball and lacrosse. Lacrosse, though, is done for the season in terms of us streaming unless they make the playoffs. Friday, it was just easier for us in terms of getting the equipment. And for the past couple duo games, we have chosen lacrosse over baseball, so we just wanted to even that out. Play is down to third as it goes foul, as Rodriguez will have to go back. But yeah, so of games then, I believe that the last game on our schedule is baseball on Saturday. Playoffs, though, we'll see what happens. But we do have Ultimate Frisbee, though. Is there more games?
Baseball on Wednesday.
Baseball next Wednesday.
There might be something between
Okay.
Saturday and Wednesday. I don't
And I know that we have Ultimate Frisbee coming up. Swung on and popped up. Azara is over to give it a look. The first baseman is also there, and Davis, the first baseman, will make the catch and put it away for the 3rd out. We've played a full 6 innings in Malvern Prep with a record of 20-4. They look like they're on their way to get their 21st win. We'll see, though, if the Firebirds can shut them down in the 7th and make a big comeback in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. Matt is, well, more geography. So head to the 7th. David Chpansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds, as we get ready for the top of the 7th inning. Firebirds trail 8-1 against Malvern Prep. As McGuigan stays in, he'll face Lonnie White to lead it off here in the 7th. We've now officially had 2 hours and almost a half. It's a Major League game coming up, time frame-wise. It's been a long one. Firebirds have had their chances to at least cut the deficit, and they haven't taken advantage. Really, the big mistake, there was a couple bloop hits that blooped there. The Nick Hen error, which hit me in the thigh, was not exactly a fantastic moment for either of us. But we're still here to tell about it. We're having fun. What are you going to say, Matt? We missed a chat message, ladies and gentlemen. We missed a chat message.
Ted Grabowski is watching.
Did he say anything?
He
All right. Thank you, Ted.
Son of Ted.
Oh, son of Ted. Yes, this is the Ted Grabowski Field, I believe. That's what it is. So it is his son is watching. Thank you so much. Yeah, this field is named after Ted, I believe. Guigan comes set in the pitch. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm tired. I'm past AP English exam. I'm on being here for 12 hours, but that's all right. We're pushing through it. It's been a fun afternoon. It's been a beautiful afternoon. McGuigan, next pitch to Lonnie White is popped up. First base side. Somewhere foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Jelani White, the best player on Malvern. He's already committed to Penn State. He's verified on Instagram as a high school player, which is not very common. McGuigan comes set in the pitch. He's in the dirt. It's 1-2. So thank you to everyone who watched today. We had a good crowd on tap. If you couldn't make it today, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been a tough one if you're a Firebirds fan, but it's been a fun one too. We've talked a lot, had some conversations. That ball swung and hit on the ground, up the middle. Matthew Goldenbaum is there, show off the arm, but it's really Lonnie White who shows off the speed there. He has his first plate appearance that is not a walk or hit by pitch today, as it's a single up the middle. So yeah, so it's been an interesting one though. Again, Malvern Prep came into this game with a record of 20-4. They're one of the best teams in the state. They've played some amazing teams. And have played well. So really, you got to tip their cap to them. Firebirds, as long as this result does not change, will lose their 4th in a row. We'll see. Maybe there's a comeback in the rope. Stay tuned for the post-game show after the final out of today's game. It'll be a quick 5-10 minute show. We'll wrap up today's things. And who knows, if there's a major comeback, we could have a player interview. Gavin McGuigan doing the pitching for Holy Ghost Prep. Runner at first is Lonnie White. The batter is Conley. Cam Conley, and the pitch. Swung on, and it's off the end of the bat. It's going to get through on the left field side, and sometimes you just got to ask yourself, does that hit really need to be given up? Just gets through the left field side past McCord. By the way, that is not Conley. It was a pinch hitter there who came in. It was number 43, who is Matt Donatucci. I'll send it to you. Sorry, I'm talking to Matt here with the roster. Swung on and hit in the air, deep to left field. Kalak gets switched around but makes the catch, and he'll put it away for the 2nd out of the inning. Again, when they hit it to the deepest part of the yard, we'll take it. 2 outs, I believe. Scoreboard says 1, but I will not trust the scoreboard today. I mean, I know that I've been talking a lot the past couple minutes, but I think there's 2 outs.
And you said major comeback?
Major comeback.
Yeah, because they're definitely going to score.
Major comeback. Matt, there will be 10 runs scored in this bottom of the 7th. I don't think you know. There will be 10 runs scored in this 7th. Reese is going to hit a grand slam. There's going to be major action this next half inning. I want you to know that. Just got to shut them out here. You can't let them get to 10. There's a ball. But is 10 runs in an inning possible? Yes, it is.
Has it ever happened?
It has happened. Yes, it has.
Has it ever happened in high school?
It has.
Has Holy Ghost ever done it?
I'm sure of. This year, no. But has it happened before? Yes.
Well, that tells me nothing.
I don't like the negative attitude, man. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. The scoreboard still says 1 out, and there well may be. I think everybody's just kind of hanging on by a thread here. McGuigan, the pitcher, and the pitch. It's a ball. It's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second for the Friars. They lead it 8-1 over Holy Ghost. McGuigan comes set in the pitch. Here's the ball. And that will walk. The base is loaded. Okay, so I just got a message here too. Miss Doherty would like to mention that tomorrow is Senior College T-shirt day. Wear your college T-shirt to school is what I was told. So if you're a senior, you're watching, wear your college T-shirt to school. That's what I was told. McGuigan comes set. Thank you, Miss Doherty and Joey, for watching this. We appreciate it. It's ironic.
Considering
Tomorrow is Ascension Thursday. Yes, it is. We'll have mass for you here on the HDP YouTube channel. McGuigan comes set in the pitch. Fouled off. Good.
I mean, it sounds weird that that's a big holy day is the day when they would make people not wear their school.
Well, I think it has something to do with they may be going somewhere afterwards. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I don't know, Matt. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1 out. Bases are loaded, full of Friars. McGuigan is on the mound, and the 1-1 pitch swung on and popped up. Left field side, third base side, McCord is over and he'll make the catch as it was blowing back towards the field for the 2nd out. So there was 1 out. Now just an update here. The Friars, they're doing a bunch of pinch hitting and substituting here. So it's hard to keep up from where I am to see the numbers. So if I'm not saying names, there is a reason why. I just physically cannot. I can tell you though that the batter coming up here is number 14. It's another pinch hitter. And it's going to be Kern who will come into bat here. The bases are loaded. Full Friars. Firebirds trying to work out of it. And McGuigan. First pitch is in there for a strike to Kern. It's 0-1. Trying to keep Lonnie White and the rest of the Friars on the bases where they currently are at right now. No balls and 1 strike to count. 8-1 lead for the Friars. We're in the top of the 2nd. We were about to reach 7 o'clock. And the pitch. Did he go? He did not, apparently. That swing looked like the bat was pointed towards center field, but he did not. It's 1 ball and a strike. Again, the umpires are never wrong. That's the way they see it. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. I will say, though, the home plate umpire has been good tonight in terms of his calls. Sometimes it's hard to see the pitch from where we are, and so it's great, you know, when they are emphatic on their strike call, and the home plate umpire has done a good job of that. So I'll give him credit. Credit where credit is due, I guess you could say. The 1-2 pitch is the ball. It's 2-2. Again, we'll have a quick post-game recap after the game. We will keep it short today because we're running on fumes here after that AP English exam. It's Holy Ghost Day, though. We raise money for the school throughout the day. Check out the Facebook and Instagram stories. I uploaded a bunch of stuff this morning. Great stuff in terms of lunch with legends with Coach Tony Chapman, who hit 900 basketball wins this winter, and a bunch of other people. Great interviews, teachers, Jerry Kyle Pinto, a bunch of people. You don't want to miss it on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. It's now full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's nowhere to put them. Runners will be off on the pitch. The batter is Kern, I believe, at the dish. That actually may be wrong. Kern may have grounded out there. The full count pitch. Runners go. And it's a called strike 3. So McGuigan does not allow any more damage to be done. The comeback, Matt. Are you ready? Here we go. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Firebirds trail 8-1 against Malvern. Do they have this big explosive comeback in them? We'll see when we come back. Stay tuned. Be positive. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back here. The new pitcher for the visiting Friars is number 30. It's the right-hander Will Shallow. Will come in to do the pitching. Firebirds going to try to come back here as they trail 8-1 against the Malvern Prep Friars. Malvern is on their way to their 21st win unless a big comeback happens. Firebirds will try to snap this 3-game losing streak. They don't want to get it to 4, but it is pretty close. But Matt, the producer, is back, and we're ready for the comeback here. David Chwansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds here on the first base side of things. Today's been a long day for me, AP English exam. Got hit in the leg by a pickoff throw by Nick Henn at 80 miles per hour, but hey, we're okay today. We're going to have a fun Spanish class, or after the game today, if he walks back on the side. I don't think he will, though. But, nah, I'm only messing. Nick will probably tell me that I should have moved out of the way, and I guess technically he's right, but this 10 here, which was put up by Matt likes the tent. I couldn't see the ball coming, and well, I mean, in the fairness, it literally had to get past the fence, because it hit me in my leg, and all of this to hit me, and well, it did, but If you could see our setup, you would understand the question. Like I was like right here, and it went just somewhere to the point where it got around and hit me in the thigh. I don't know, but it was interesting if you missed it. There is footage of it happening. The ball probably came so close to like the line there that, or to the camera, that you could probably see it somewhat. Okay, and the new pitcher is Will Shallow. Leading off for the Firebirds is Isaac Acosta here in the bottom of the 7th. The sophomore will try to get some base runners here. We need it. First pitch is outside. It's 1-0 to Shallow. Shallow will face 9-1-2. Acosta, Kalak, and McCord. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on and hit in the air. Shallow center field. It will drop in front of Lonnie White for a base hit. So Acosta is aboard to lead off the 7th, Matt. You only need you're going to need like 6 or 7 more base runners. 6 or 7 more of those, we're in business. We are in business. I don't know if the voice could handle it, though. Like, my voice is killing me. Shallow comes set. Faces Kalak in the pitch. Don't know if that was a strike or not. Looked a little high. Might have been borderline. Scoreboard cannot be trusted once again. Doesn't have it up there yet. The pitch. Swung on and chopped over to shortstop. Conley has it for 1. The throw to second from the second baseman, which I believe still in the game, is Malley, is in time to get Nick Phillips, who did pinch hit there for Kalak. 2 outs here in the 7th. Stay tuned for a post-game show after the final out. It's Tyler McCord. Could be the last hope for the Firebirds facing Will Shallow. It's an 8-1 lead for the Friars here in the bottom of the 7th. The first pitch. In the dirt. It's 1-0. Again, Matt and I, the cleanup comedy show, will be coming to you live right after this. Yeah, we're only messing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, seniors, if you're watching this, wear your college shirts tomorrow. The pitch is upstairs. It's 2-0. Also, tomorrow, Ascension Thursday, we'll have Mass for you. Friday and Saturday, we'll have Holy Ghost Prep Baseball. Saturday is Senior Day. Big rivalry against St. Joe's Prep as they come to town. We'll have that for you right here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Inside, it's now 3-0 to Tyler McCord, the third baseman for the Firebirds. Firebirds trying to at least get some more runs in this game and cut the deficit.
Live chat from 4 minutes ago. Yes, it's Ted Grabowski Field. Coach from
Yes.
1967 to 2005.
Coach from 1967 to 2005. Thank you very much. I always love the nuggets, the fun fact nuggets, but I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody watching. The pitch is inside, so Tyler McCord will run down to first base, very Brandon Nimmo style. Runs down to first base. We'll bring up Jack McDermott. I could use a Jack blast right here. You know, like a one to right field, like Jack just unloading on one to right field. McDermott goes yard. I could use that. That would be nice. That'd be nice. Nice way to cap it off. He's done it. The strike. It's 0-1. Done it many times before. It's 0-1. 2 outs. Will Shallow, the pitcher for Malvern Prep. The clouds now begin to overtake the field here on this Wednesday afternoon, which is now turning more windy. Very windy. Good thing we have the tent down. They're blowing all over. Will Shallow doing the pitching. Here comes Sad and the pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Firebirds trying to not lose by 7, I think may be the tally here. Jack McDermott, the left-hander senior, in the box. And the pitch. Popped up, but foul. Out of play. It's now 1-2. Firebirds down to their last strike. Firebirds looks like they'll be heading on a 4-game losing streak. Hopefully they could break that on Friday against Archbishop Carroll. I believe it's Archbishop Carroll. I feel like I've seen it before. Okay, great. Okay. The Wi-Fi on my computer is not working all that well, unfortunately. It's because we're past the Wi-Fi. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled. A little number off the bat. Again, we'll have a recap for you after today's game. You don't want to miss it. It'll be a quick recap today. Do you have any more comments? No. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, though, for watching today. We appreciate it. Okay. Shallow comes set. And the pitch. Upstairs. Jack McDermott, the senior star at the dish for the Firebirds. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Shallow comes set in his pitch. Swung on and popped up. The shortstop, actually the third baseman, cannot catch it. Now heading to second is McDermott, and they're just going to keep everybody there. So McCord gets the third, McDermott gets the second. Conley and the third baseman, I believe it was just Tiffin if he stayed in the game, did not make the catch. So now there's runners on second and third, and the comeback is fully ensued. Base hit makes this a 5-run game, Matt. You know that, right? Home run makes it a 4-run game. It's the batter for the Firebirds, I believe. Actually, I'm not quite sure who that is. It is scheduled to be Aiden Robbins. Not quite sure if that is Aiden Robbins, though. Yeah, everything is shaking. The wind is picking up. It is. The pitch. It is Aiden Robbins. It's a ball. It's 1-0. Shallow got 2 quick outs after the double play. But now it's the slower game. 1 ball, no strikes to count. David Chapansky with you here. And the pitch. Inside again. It's 2-0. Brushed him off. Will Shallow on the mound for the Friars. Trying to get them to the victory as they lead 8-1. Firebirds at least trying to cut the deficit. It's another ball. It's 3-0. 2-out rally. Aiden Robbins with a single could get those 2 runners home from scoring position. Shallow comes set in a 3-0 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Ball 4 walked him. So the bases are loaded for the Firebirds. Good at bat there by Aiden Robbins. And that will now bring up, I believe, Reese Accord. He had a 3-run home run before, Matt. He did. He was the player of our show. Player of the game. Can he do it again? And the Friars are going to take a mound visit, and we're going to take a break here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. We'll be right back. There's always 2-out drama. I feel like this is Hector Neris. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back here after the mound visit to Will Shallow. First pitch to Reese Accord is a strike. It's an off-speed pitch. It's 0-1. The bases are full Firebirds. Tyler McCord at third, Jack McDermott at second, and Aiden Robbins, the center fielder, at first, closest to us. No balls and a strike. The pitch. It's a ball. It's 1-1. Well, I mean, you would have liked to have started this comeback before there were 2 outs. But Fires lead this one 8-1. The pitch. It's a ball. It's 2-1. It's getting interesting, Matt. You can feel the. You really can though. It is getting a little dicey. Maybe. Maybe. You have to tip the cap where you can tip the cap. Malvern, very good team. 20-4 coming into this game. Lonnie White, a big reason to that. The 2-1 pitch from Will Shallow is upstairs. It's 3-1. Good eye there by Reese. It's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Will Shallow, the pitcher from Malvern. He comes set, and the pitch. His ball 4 walked him. So the Firebirds cut the deficit to 6. It's now 8-2 as I almost yanked the microphone by accident out there. Lots of weird things happening today. So Shallow walks in Reese Accord, and we'll see who that brings up. I believe Matthew Goldenbaum is due up. We'll see if that will bat, and now we're going to get another mound visit, and this should mean the pitching change. Goldenbaum is due up, and we'll have a pitching change. So Shallow comes out. This is all with 2 outs. The bases remain loaded full of Firebirds. It's now an 8-2 game for Malvern Prep. And the new pitcher coming in, and we'll tell you about it when we come back. My voice does need a break. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back here. I'm going to come back a little early because I do have to make a correction. Earlier in the game, the player that had the injury was Josh Smith. Doing the pitching now is Mason Smith. Throughout the first couple innings, I was saying that Mason Smith got injured. No, it was Josh Smith who got injured. He came out of the game. The new pitcher is Mason Smith, the left-handed pitcher. He's a senior, and he'll have to face the bases loaded with 2 outs. Firebirds trail 8-2 against Malvern Prep. It's a beautiful day for baseball, Matt, ain't it? I would say so. Don't forget to like and subscribe here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. To keep up with content, again, we'll have a quick, I want to emphasize, quick post-game show after this game. If this game were to extend to 7 o'clock, I would be here for 12 hours. 11 more minutes. I know. Well, the cleanup show for an hour will get me there. When I tell you, if we could set up the camera to watch the cleanup show, it is a production. It is Hollywood's finest movie right here, I tell you. We have a tent set up. We have the basket with our equipment in it that somehow the ball made it past the basket to get to my thigh, but the basket will go in. And we have table, camera.
Picture on Twitter eventually.
Twitter, okay. Matt's gonna. He's the big tweeter for Holy Ghost Prep, right?
No, I'm not.
Where's Matt in here? Is this?
Once every 2 days.
All right. This is Matthew Goldenbaum. First pitch. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. Mason Smith starts off Goldenbaum with the strike.
Literally all I do on Twitter is I open it.
The 0-1 pitch. Upstairs. Good.
Literally all I do on Twitter is open it, retweet a bunch of political stuff.
We're gonna have to get you to get a mic, Matt. We're gonna get you on here. If you think that Matt should also talk once in a while, like, just tell about random stuff. Ball swung and hit on the ground, back to the mound. Mason Smith is up with it, and he will throw it underneath. Thank you that he did not throw a fastball past his first baseman. And that will do it. Mason Smith shuts the door for Malvern Prep, and the Friars defeat the Firebirds by a final score of 8-2. We'll be right back here with the post-game show. Well, welcome back here on the post-game show presented by our teacher of the week, at least giving us the sayings, Mr. Heston. That's the way the cookie crumbles. It was a good day for baseball. It was not a great day if you're a Firebird fan. Firebirds lose big time to Malvern Prep by a final score of 8-1. After all, Malvern Prep is one of the best teams in the state. They came into this game with a record of 20-4. They get their 21st win on the season. The Firebirds fall to a record of 9-7. Their next game will be on Thursday against Archbishop Carroll. Really, there isn't too much to talk about the Firebirds offensively, as Jack McDermott had the biggest hit of the day, and really one of the only hits of the day for the Firebirds that was of importance or significance. It was a double down the right field line. It gave the Firebirds one of their only runs of the day, and then they did get their second run in the last inning. The Friars, well, they hit the ball a lot. They had a couple innings of bloop singles in center field. Then they had that error which went by them, and they hit the ball really well in the first inning against Matthew Goldenbaum. Coach Walensky and the Firebirds used a bunch of different pitchers to try to get Malvern off balance. It didn't really work in the end, as they lose the game 8-1. But it was a pleasure to be with you on this Wednesday afternoon. Again, seniors, if you're still watching this, tomorrow you can wear your senior t-shirt in school. It's what Miss Doherty at least told me. So wear your senior t-shirt. Ascension Thursday, tomorrow Mass, and then Friday and Saturday we'll have baseball for you right here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Don't forget one last time to like and subscribe. Give me a like for 1, getting hit in the thigh, 2, the AP English exam, and 3, because I think we did a pretty good job. Talked with Matt today about geography, and thank you guys so much. So have a great night, stay safe, and for one last time, David Shapansky, the voice of the Firebirds, signing off. Go Firebirds.